Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Looks like the NFL got off to a good start last night. I know it was an entertaining game, but did it, Kyle Draper? Did the NFL get off to a good start?
Yeah, I think so.
That officiating was preposterous.
Yeah, it was, Whitey, but come on. Don't start the show like that.
It was that bad. You have to start the show with that. And I didn't have a dog in the fight. So it's not like I was mad because my fantasy guy got cheated or I lost this or lost that.
Right.
Like, wow.
It was bad. And, you know, from a NFL standpoint, obviously you don't want that to be the topic of discussion the day after your first game. And here we are starting with that. And we're not the only ones, though. Everybody's talking about the officiating. Everybody's tweeting about it. So from that respect, no. But from an actual game, the talent on the field.
It was competitive.
Yeah. Like, that's what you can ask for. Mm-hmm. It came down to the last play, Whitey. Last play of the game. That's what you want if you're the NFL.
Yeah, I know. But it seemed like the NFL is trying to see how far they can push it.
Hold on.
Let's see how much we can get away with.
So
we're going to call penalties on the Ravens offensive line.
Come on. Are you saying there's some sort of NFL conspiracy to help the Chiefs? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
I'm saying that it looked like it. There probably wasn't, but when it looks like it, that's bad for the league.
Yeah, and we see it in the NBA all the time, right?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's the Lakers getting the free throw advantage, you know, we go back to 2002. Even this year, the Lakers by far got to the free throw line more than anybody else. But I cannot bring myself to think Roger Goodell is saying, you know what? I'm going to fix things or tell the officials to fix things in the Chiefs' favor. You know why, Whitey?
Why?
What happened last year? First game for the Kansas City Chiefs.
They lost.
So why didn't Goodell do it then?
I don't know.
Why didn't the refs help the Chiefs out then?
Why did the officials allow Steve Spagnuolo to call timeout?
I think the officials
can't call timeout, as you know.
I think what we're seeing in today's athletic sports, these officials are not perfect. These officials at times are downright bad. Do I think there's some sort of bias, conspiracy? No. I just think the official that called granted the timeout didn't recognize that, that's Steve. In that moment, he just blew it. It was a horrible officiated job right there in that case.
The company line is, well, you can't tell it from the angle, but Andy Reid called timeout too, and that's the one that the officials responded to. But I'm not buying that because Spagnuolo went over to Andy Reid and said, sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so a mistake can happen.
So, can mistakes happen? Let me ask you.
They happen a lot.
Officials are human too.
Yes.
Players make mistakes. Coaches make mistakes.
That's a pretty bad one.
We got to let officials. Yes, that is a bad one because it's a rule, and it's a rule that he should know. Yeah. But I think the officials sometimes get caught up in the moment. Not saying the home in a crowd or anything, but he just blew it. It's like, and here's the problem. This is the issue I have with the officials, though, and we see it in basketball all the time. They make a mistake, but they don't correct the mistake. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, right then and there, I should have been like, hold up. No, he called, Spagnuolo called the time. That we can't grant that. We got to go,
you're right. That's tough when you've already called timeout. It's like, what do you do? Okay, you got to start playing again. I don't know. But why is it? Okay, in addition to that, and I don't expect you to have the answers. None of this is your fault.
Right. It's not me, yeah.
But for some reason, you're in Roger Goodell's pockets. So Ronnie Staley is called for illegal formation again and again and again.
8 times.
And Juwan Taylor and the Chiefs, their tackle, he's in the slot. He's practically in a I formation. Right. Remember last year, he got called for that a lot. So why, and that's one thing Coach Harbaugh said, if you read his lips, like, it's not being called both ways. And clearly, no matter how you looked at that game or who you wanted to win, they clearly were calling it more on the Ravens.
Now, hold up. Timeout. Go ahead. Yo, Jay, settle down, fellas. This is not Baltimore Ravens radio over
Maybe
here.
We should tell you settle down over there, Chiefs fan.
I'm saying, this ain't Baltimore Ravens radio. Why are we so upset about the refs
Because
supposedly helping the Chiefs out.
Because we care about the integrity of football.
Because it happened during the 49ers games. That's why. It's PTSD.
Oh, come on.
PTSD.
So you saying the refs cheated the Niners?
Absolutely they did.
They might as well just put the officials
Absolutely
in Chiefs
they did.
jerseys. Why don't they just wear Chiefs jerseys?
Sour
Jay?
grapes.
You can put Chiefs hat on them too.
Come on, man. Can you give the Chiefs some credit?
What's the credit you want to give them?
No, they did what it took to get the W.
Which
they
is
made the
what?
plays
Which
Lamar
is Lamar
Jackson
threw the
did.
ball 5 yards to the left twice.
Sure.
He overthrew a wide receiver.
Wow,
They never got
exactly.
it. They got one holding penalty called on him. They had no alignment issues. Jawan Taylor never got an offsides until the end of the game. We're talking about out.
Man.
We're talking about Pat Mahomes on the sideline yet again. You can't touch dude yet again. Like, how many more times you want this stuff to happen for and people to close their mouth, Drake?
Niner fans, y'all got to be better than this.
It's not Niner fans. It's NFL
Don't let
fans.
Jay and Whitey speak
Football
for you
fans.
guys
Here
like
we
that.
go, man.
So are we really saying the NFL, has a blind eye when it comes to the Chiefs' transgressions, if you will?
I'm going to say yes.
Either they have a blind eye or last night was officiated by the visually impaired.
School of the Blind?
It was epically bad. They were bad.
There's just no other explanation.
They were bad. The officials were bad.
Yeah.
But
This whole conspiracy theory.
No,
and all
it's not a
that-
conspiracy.
Nah, that's
It's
what
not
you're
a
making it
conspiracy.
sound like, Jay.
No.
Like the refs are in the pockets of the Chiefs
No
or
one's
something
saying
like
that. That's the way you're interpreting. What I think what people are saying, and it was refreshing finally to wake up, get on a social network like Twitter X or whatever you want to call it, and actually start to hear players now, finally, and start to hear former players and analysts start to bring it to the forefront. This is things that have been happening that they've been getting away. It is the Tom Brady treatment. You cannot touch Pat Mahomes without getting anything.
That's not true.
It
Jay.
is, though.
He got hit going out of bounds, and
Man,
there was no
he was
flag.
tippy-toeing down
There
the
was no
sideline.
flag though on that.
You're right.
On Roquan
You're
Smith?
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
Roquan's.
He didn't even hit him. He threw his hands in the air.
Yeah, he barely touched him, and Mahomes like,
Yeah, come on.
No, it's
Patrick
true.
Divac.
That's true. There was no flag on that.
There was no
You're
flag.
right.
The
'Cause he didn't touch
announcers were calling for the flags, though. They were at the time.
Let's not even get that far with them either. Pat Mahomes fans.
Man, you guys,
You watched the game.
I
mean,
watched
you
the
know,
game. It was bad, but you
Yeah.
guys are like, this always happens with the Chiefs. They always they treat Patrick Mahomes with kid gloves and all that.
They do.
And it's not true, man. It's
So,
just-
Drapes,
you
so
guys
when-
are, it's, go
When
ahead.
Pat Mahomes was crying all last year, you don't think the NFL paid attention to that?
I
You
don't
don't
think
think every single time he came to the PC, he's crying, Andy Reid's crying, you got Pacheco on them crying about, man, we can't even block for this guy. Like all these people from the Chiefs crying, but nobody wants to talk about that.
If
But as soon
I'm
as someone
correct, the
says something
Chiefs were
else,
the most penalized offense.
because they're terrible.
Right, but
They're terrible.
if the
They get-
NFL was in the bag for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs,
No one
they
said the
wouldn't do that.
bag. Just saying, it's
definitely
mighty
leaned
funny.
one way last night.
Nah, man,
Definitely leaned
this
one way.
Chiefs
It's
hate is
unfortunate.
ridiculous right now, fellas. This is sour
We don't
grapes
hate-
from
we don't hate the
February.
Chiefs
This
for
is
them.
what it is.
I hate incompetent officiating. I mean, incompetence.
Right, let's call it. But
I make
let's not
mistakes. We all make
say
mistakes, but that was like, what are you looking at?
Well, the
what
Eagles,
are you doing?
Eagles better never have anything go wrong this year.
we had it go wrong against the Chiefs.
It's gonna be a Jay's take,
Dog, we had it go wrong in the Super Bowl. The
and y'all was
Phantom holding
crying.
call.
And y'all was
But
crying.
it was no conspiracy.
Oh,
it
stop.
was no they want the Chiefs to win and all. I'm not Jay. I can't bring myself to think like that, because if that's the case, why the hell are we even watching these games?
I don't know.
That's
Why?
the
I
problem.
continue to
That's
keep
it.
asking
That's
that.
it.
I keep
That's it.
asking that.
That's the problem. If that type of thing were to continue, that's when you have to question, what am I watching? Which is unfortunate
Right.
on a competitive opening night. The other thing, like Jay says, boy, Lamar Jackson, man, he had one guy open in the corner. Not the easiest throw.
Tough throw,
But then
yeah.
the second
Zay
throw.
Flowers one.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Is he left-handed or something? He throw with the wrong hand? What? That was awful.
Lamar's my guy. I'm like a huge Lamar Jackson
I am
fan.
too.
I love Lamar Jackson.
Should have been a 49er.
Should have been a 49er according to Jay. But he messed up. He messed up that play. That's all to it. And the problem with Lamar is because quarterbacks miss throws all the time. It's when you miss throws. Guy's wide open. And then afterwards, for him to double down and say he actually wasn't even throwing it.
You're right.
I need to go back and look at the play, because I didn't see anybody else in the vicinity there. Like, who was he throwing to? You know, he said the running back, but it looked like Zay Flowers. That's an easy dump off to him.
Even Lively, who came down with his toe out of bounds, right? He said, you know what? That's on me. Lamar Jackson never said that. He never said, you know what? I got to make a better throw. No, that was a touchdown. That was unfortunate.
Did you want him to own up to that mistake, basically?
Yeah, that the receiver does. And, you know, you could say both. I thought it was a touchdown, but you know what? I got to make a better throw there. Even if you don't really, you know, even you just own that for your team if you're the quarterback.
Yeah, you got to take blame for that. I agree. Like, we all saw it. We see it. I'm going to look at the replay here in a second. That was a missed opportunity. But I thought he made up for it on the next play with that dime in the back of the end zone. But the guy's foot was on the line. Like, he could have redeemed himself. I thought he did. That was a hell of a throw he had.
Do you think they would have scored on the 2-point?
Would they?
No one knows. Do you think if that had been good tie game, they were going to go for 2?
They were going to go for 2?
Yeah. Right away. Harbaugh's like, let's go.
Yeah. I think they would have.
Yeah.
I think it was a hell of a game, fellas. I'm not going to take away from 2 heavyweights, 2 competitors. I thought if I'm the Ravens, I leave that stadium thinking, yes, they beat us. Yes, we let one get away, but we could play with those guys. Like, the Ravens outgained them. The Ravens' offense was better than the Chiefs' offense in that game. And so, to me, if I'm the Ravens and Lamar, I'm still, holding my head high.
I think you're letting Lamar and the Ravens off the hook a little bit.
Maybe. I mean, Lamar's my guy.
I know.
I'm biased.
But it's like, what's the knock on him? Not the most accurate thrower. If he's a more accurate thrower, you have a chance to win that game.
Yeah, but it's one game, Whitey. I'm not going to overreact. So what are we saying then? Are we making an indictment of Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
And that basically he's not going to win a Super Bowl unless he becomes more accurate?
Yeah, to beat Mahomes, you have to make the throw.
And the referees
count.
Put that in there, White.
And the referees. Nah, they went on the road in Kansas City and had a chance to at least tie or win the game. And I believe how you're playing today ain't going to be how you're playing in February or January when it matters most. And so if I'm Lamar, yes, you got to get better. Yes, you let one slip away. But this is a 2-time MVP we're talking about. Like, I'm not – like the whole narrative going into this was, does Lamar need to win this game? That's weird. We freaking won. No, he doesn't need to win it. No, I'm not. You didn't, but the national narrative, ESPN and Fox Sports and all these other shows, does Lamar need to win? It's week 1. Calm down.
As you said, how you're playing week 1 doesn't mean you're going to play that way week 15. I guarantee you the way they officiated last night, they're going to officiate that way all the way through.
That's terrible. You guys are biased. That's messed up.
Okay, I'm pushing a little bit extra because we're talking Drapes, but I will say the referee, and this is something that I've said over the last 4 or 5 years, the officiating, and even Mike Pereira has said it on this very show.
We should get him on today.
He's like, you know what? It's not up to snuff. Like, there's some things they need to really get under control. And because it's prime time, because it's Pat Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson, things come out. A lot of things come out. But can I ask you guys something? Because I thought about this waking up, and I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan too. I thought Josh Allen did what he had to do a couple years ago in the playoffs, and the defense giving up in 14, 20 seconds was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But can I ask you this? Pat Mahomes is great. No doubt about it. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and sugarfoot like he's not. But some of what Pat Mahomes has, the reason why he has won in my book is guys like Lamar and Josh Allen haven't been up to snuff when they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the conversation last night is Lamar you could tell from the jump, he came out balling.
His numbers are insane.
Yeah, he was coming out to win the game.
Yep.
But there are points and times when you have to be great to beat other great players like Pat Mahomes.
Joe Burrow did it against him.
That's not a great pass you need to make. Dude was 10 feet wide open.
Yeah.
You got to be better than that. And this is the thing, Drapes, because now, let me spill a little Pat Mahomes hate. It makes Pat Mahomes look better than what he really is. If Lamar throws that touchdown and they win, what are we talking about? We're not talking about Pat Mahomes of the Chiefs, are we?
Nope. Here's the thing
about Pat Mahomes. Stop it.
No, you know what?
Pat Mahomes didn't do nothing last
night. You want to take a quick break or no?
No, we going 25.
All right, because I got a Drape's take I got to get to as well.
All right?
Yeah, we'll do that at 25.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about Patrick Mahomes, which you guys are fail to mention.
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm saying you haven't mentioned it in the past 15 minutes. This point I'm about to make. Pat Mahomes, this is old hat to him. The regular season is really like just a way to get ready for the postseason.
Week 1?
Yes. Pat Mahomes ain't out there. And the thing about Pat Mahomes, Jay, that you're not giving him credit for is he doesn't turtle like all the other quarterbacks.
Agreed.
That's what made Tom Brady so great. Tom Brady ain't have the strongest arm. He ain't throw for the most yards. He had the one season with Randy Moss and they put up video game numbers, but Tom Brady wasn't a 400-yard passing kind of guy. And when it mattered the most, the 2-minute drill, fourth quarter, needing to come back win, he delivered. That's who Patrick Mahomes is right now. Mahomes ain't out there trying to prove nothing anymore. We didn't go into week 1 saying, does Patrick Mahomes have to win this game? Or is this an indictment? No, it's about everybody else. Patrick Mahomes is the old, savvy, sage veteran. He's Steph Curry. He's LeBron James. He's taking the regular season. You know what? We'll get our 11-6, 10-7, 12-5, whatever it is. But come playoff time, we will be ready. He's the LeBron James of the NFL.
That's what he is. Extra confidence that comes with having an arm like that, having those skills. There's extra confidence that comes with having done it before. And there's extra confidence that comes with knowing they have 11 guys and we have 18.
God. Is that what we're really doing? We sound bad.
Little extra confidence.
Yeah, you two are Niners guys and everything.
You guys have to do with
yes,
that, man.
Yes, it is.
Truth is truth, though. You got to start calling out some of this, and you got to stop being a blind NFL fan.
No, I'm not a fan.
Truth is the truth. If something is happening blatantly in your eye, which has happened numerous times, when we have a lead official and lead analyst come on this show and say the NFL referees are not up to snuff, so what you want me to do? Just say, okay, you right? Please, if the Kings is going through that, man,
let's get Mike Pereira. Can you get Mike Pereira on for us?
Maybe he might not want to call after that performance.
I want to hear what he had to say about last night. Is it not up to snuff, meaning they're on a take or they're blind turning a blind eye? Or are they not up to snuff, meaning they just aren't good? You know, somebody on the text line says, 916, does Drapes feel this way about NBA refs too? Yes, I feel NBA refs at times are bad. Do I think Adam Silver is sending out the back signal, we want LeBron James or we want Giannis? No, but I do feel like at times officials are bad. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's
we're saying the same thing, Drake.
Nah, you think it's always because of the Chiefs.
You didn't read the other text. It's become pro wrestling. There you go.
Somebody said that? Yeah. I don't see that.
Hey, it's TNA out there, man.
It's become pro wrestling.
All right.
It's New Japan Wrestling out there, you know?
But you know what? Whoever texted that in, Jay, you, me, we going to be watching. We still going to be watching.
Yeah.
So.
No. Don't speak for me now.
You're not going to watch?
No. Don't speak for me like that.
Are you going to watch?
I'm not watching Thursday night games like that. I watched because my boy Lamar Jackson was on the field last night.
No, but I'm saying, so if the Niners play on Thursday,
what I'm
talking about is we are still going to watch the NFL. The NFL is still growing. And apparently it's not that big of an issue because watch the ratings when they come out.
I know, but see, that's their plan. It's like, doesn't matter. We can do this. They're still going to watch. Don't you think, though? See if you agree with this. Maybe you don't. In my opinion, for the league to come out through the announcers and the officials and say, you know, illegal formation is a point of emphasis.
That clearly was. Right? Yeah. Yes.
You call it repeatedly on Baltimore, and then, you know, like we're saying, Juwan Taylor's, they didn't call him. Last year in the opener, they called on him all the time. There's something wrong. That's just a bad look. Now, I'm not saying that means there's a conspiracy, but that's just wrong, and it's a bad look. Right?
It's definitely a bad look. And I believe the official, the line judge, whoever it is that makes that call, needs to be answer the questions about that. Like, it needs to address that. How come it's called 3 times in the first quarter on one team and not on another team? I agree with that. But you guys are making it sound like the Chiefs are always getting the benefit of the doubt. They always want Patrick Mahomes to win. They bend the rules for Patrick Mahomes.
They do.
I don't believe that.
They do.
And if they do that, Jay, they bend the rules for all-star players, not just Pat Mahomes. Lamar Jackson is a star, Jay. Put some respect on his name.
I get
That's
it.
a two-time MVP.
I am, but I'm also saying you can't tell me they're not handling Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes differently. I completely disagree with that. I think the NFL is smart enough to understand that if Pat Mahomes gets hits on the sideline and Roquan Smith does not throw his hands up in the air and he some kind of way injures his leg and he's done for the season, you don't think NFL ratings are coming down at some point? Like, come on, man. That's not
all quarterbacks, Jay. That's for all.
But there is a difference.
So hold on.
Come on. Pat Mahomes is different. You keep talking about he's different.
But Jay, let's say he is. Let's say that is. So freaking what? It's been going on since the day of time.
Agreed.
LeBron gets the calls. Yep. Jordan got the calls. Kobe got the calls. We deal with it. It is what it is. And to your point, the league knows, we know the cash cows, who they are. And so why do we complain about it every time? It is what it is, right?
It's more egregious now because there's more money involved and there's you-know-what. People can stand to lose money because of the betting. That shines a spotlight on some of the inconsistencies.
Right, but
which is why NFL is king in my eye.
Why?
Because of the betting, because fantasy, because of the money that's laid on the table. I think they're more aware of that than anybody. Bet they do a better job than the NBA, I think.
You think that's the number one reason why they're so? Yeah.
I continue to argue, and you guys propose this question, fellas. Why is the NFL king? Why is the NFL so highly regarded compared to everybody else? And I've said on this air for 6-7 years, as long as I've been here, fantasy and betting rule the sports world. It's the reason why it's going in stadiums. It's the reason why it's on everybody's telephone. And NFL does a great job. For whatever reason, they do a fantastic job in betting. And I think it just makes a difference.
I agree with you. The fantasy football, I agree with you, betting. Also, we talked about it yesterday. There's fewer games, so every game means more than NHL, NBA, MLB.
Every game is an event.
Every game is an event.
It's great
only
TV
once
show.
a week, and your team only plays once a week, and you gear up for it. Now, back to our initial conversation. I do not think the NFL is saying actively and doing things to make sure it happens, we want the Chiefs to win. I just can't believe that. Maybe I'm too naive, maybe I'm too pie in the sky, but if that's the case, and it comes out, the league is doomed, right? Like, why? Like, what's the point of playing the games?
They're too smart for that. But everyone knows it's unstated. Maybe the league has never stated it, but they know that the Chiefs are a big moneymaker for the league. So people tend to look out for them. Maybe it's subconscious.
So let me ask you this.
That's a big cash cow for the NFL.
No doubt about it. No doubt. You got Taylor Swift involved too. I agree. I hear you on that. But the Chiefs were an also-ran franchise before Patrick Mahomes came. Patrick Mahomes had to earn the benefit of the star whistle.
Sure.
Just like Jordan, just like LeBron, just like Kobe, just like Luka, Giannis. I mean, don't tell me Lamar Jackson is not a star and doesn't at times get favorable calls. Don't tell me that Justin Herbert or Aaron Rodgers, whoever you want to name, quarterbacks are protected. Now, Lamar is a little different because he runs like a running back. And so he's officiated maybe a little different. Same thing with Cam Newton back in the day.
Oh, I know.
When Cam Newton used to play. He used to get hammered.
Yeah.
And guys the officials didn't know how to ref him, But I don't think there's a, wink, wink, nod, nod, we're going to always benefit the Chiefs. They lost their opener last year to Detroit.
So the memo went out. That can't happen again.
You guys.
And you know what I'm talking about. This is Roger Goodell. And I can't say anything, but you know what I'm talking about.
What's terrible? Because we're saying that there's some unfair things going on. I'll speak for myself, Whitey, and if you differ, then please say so. I'm not up here saying that the NFL has a conspiracy theory. They're
too smart for that.
Yes, but I'm also saying you would be an absolute fool to think the NFL does not have memos amongst it when people come on this show and say it. Like we've been in the
memos. What are you saying?
To the point of the refereeing is bad. We have to be better. We need to teach better. And then the second point of it is if players, it'd be different if I'm coming out. But if right now, NFL players who know they can get fined come out and say, yeah, this is a little bit shaky, man. And this ain't the first time. This ain't the second time. This ain't the third time. This like the 50th time. People have complained. Lamar Jackson basically said it last night. Now, I know he was in the, he had a dog in the fight. He came out and said, yeah, man, I don't know what this is, but every single time we have a play, and he said a big play, it's a flag on the ground. That's not the first person to say that against the Chiefs, man. I just don't know. That's all I'm saying.
That sounds like sour grapes, Lamar Jackson. Man. You got to be better than that. As my boy William Skip Bishop said, LOL joined just in time for America's pastime, arguing about refs. We could do that with every game, every week, every league. Come on now. And it'd be different if we were in Baltimore. We're in San Francisco. We're in Sacramento. We're in NorCal. Whining about Patrick Mahomes and the refs? Come on, man. If we're in Baltimore, I could get it. Why are you guys taking it so personal? I feel like
Patrick Mahomes and the refs cost 49er fans at least one Super Bowl.
So they really lost because of the refs? Or do you really believe
the 2020 Super Bowl?
Are you talking about the first?
Yeah.
It's I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to it.
The Eagles better not have one bad call this season.
We had a bad call a couple years ago,
and people cried.
Exactly. People cried.
The link was up in arms.
Just because the link don't mean I was.
Well, that's true.
Exactly. Okay. I'm my own individual.
Absolutely.
Bad officiating, bad umpiring, it's always going to be part of the game. And I hope they never get rid of it and have robot umpires and all that. It's always part of the game. But there are times when, and who knows why, but maybe it's just human error. But last night, it was egregiously bad, and it was unfortunate. It was a bit of a smudge on what was otherwise a very entertaining night for the NFL. And you want entertainment, you want Drape's takes.
Yes.
I think he's going to
be like this one.
Singing the praises of
y'all ain't going to like this one.
Ketchup Boy next on Sactown Sports.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CLEAN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You guys got a new Honda? Well, it was like this. My mom was driving me to school when, damn, our car started smoking. My mom wasn't happy, so she called my dad and said, honey, if you value your life and our marriage, you will take care of this now. So my dad calls up Stockton Honda and was like, can you get me approved for a new car and save my marriage? And they're all, sure, Mr. Jones, we do this every day. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
StocktonHonda.com. Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmelie.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence-9 test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's not hard to be a mom. It's hard to be a good mom. It's easy to be a bad mom. That's so easy. But to be a good mom is hard. To be a bad mom, that's as easy as being a great dad. That's...
Nikki Glazer, Alive and Unwell Tour. Friday, September 20th. The venue at Thunder Valley. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. She's alive and unwell. Don't miss Nikki Glazer.
Thank you. Good night.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at MarysvilleStampede.com. We've got a truncated show for you today because we've got NFL football. My Packers are playing somebody. I don't know, in Brazil. So let's go Pack.
Eagles by 3 touchdowns. This is going to be a rout.
On the chat here, William Skip Bishop. You mentioned Skip.
That's
Great to have Skip
my
with
guy.
us.
Yeah.
As a St. Louis Cardinals fan, he says, can I interest you in a 1985 Don Dinkinger model? Oh, that's the worst call, perhaps, in sports history. One of the very worst.
I don't remember that.
That was 1985, Game 6. The Cardinals were on the edge of winning the World Series. Dinkinger called, I think it was George Orta. He was out at first base in the 9th inning by a mile. Wasn't even close. Safe. The Royals came back to win that game. Then they won Game 7 and they won the World Series. Terrible.
Heads didn't roll. Nobody, no league-wide investigation. I think nobody got fired. Or
just a horrible call. But it was one of those like that's you're not even paying attention and the TV's on. Like, oh, that guy's out. Safe. What? Yeah. By the way, this is a dark day in Cardinal history because my boyhood favorite, Lewis Clark Brock.
Lou Brock.
He passed away in the state 4 years ago. So rest in peace, Lou
okay.
Brock. Anyway, real quick note before we get to Drape's takes. Drapes, I don't know much about this guy. Perhaps you do. Perhaps you don't. Thank you, Chris Watkins, for this note. Kings have hired Quentin Crawford as head coach of the franchise's NBA G League Stockton Kings. Spent the last 7 seasons as an NBA assistant. He was with the Suns last season. He was part of the Lakers championship staff, in 2020. Quentin Crawford, the new G League coach.
Yeah, I believe he used to be with the organization in a video coordinator role, left, served in Phoenix for 7 years. The kid's only 33. I mean, I'm pretty old, so I call him a kid. He's 33 years old, but I think he's a young up-and-comer in the business, in the industry. And so I'm excited for him to get this shot. And so I think, did he go to Pepperdine? He was a grad assistant at Pepperdine before joining Sacramento in that video coordinator role.
We're all excited now because it's time for Drape's Take.
Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
All right, listeners, YouTubers, people on the text line, people at work watching, I'm going to take it easy today. Had a great workout with my boy Lem, so I'm about 70% right now, because I'm tired. There's a lot of sweating going on up in the gym. But, I was thinking about last night's game, and it occurred to me as I'm watching it, the league is in trouble. Not because the officiating, Whitey, not because the officiating, Jay. The league is in trouble because the Chiefs got better. The Chiefs on this day are a better team than they were last year. They got weapons now for Patrick Mahomes. First of all, we know how great Patrick Mahomes is going to be. Like, the dude, like I said, he's just on cruise control during the regular season, just doing enough to get the W. But when you add a guy like Xavier Worthy onto your roster, first-round pick, a guy that replaces Tyreek Hill.
He's pretty good when there's not a defender within 12 yards of him.
Well, he's the fastest guy out there, though. That's why. Look at his 40 time in camp. Like, they have a legit weapon. This is something they didn't have last season, and they still won the Super Bowl. So we've been talking all week about, can the Chiefs win 3 straight Super Bowls and become the first team to ever do it? I'm here to say it right now. September 6, 2024, the Kansas City Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. It pains me to say, Niners fans, I feel it. I understand, because I want my Eagles to win the Super Bowl. But this team is great defensively. They're absolute tons of weapons. Pacheco is even better this year. You got Kelsey that's going to be there. Worthy, I talked about. And they don't have Hollywood Brown yet. Like, this team is deeper and better than the season ago. So my take, the Chiefs will win 3 straight Super Bowls and be the first team to ever do it. That's Drape's Takes right there. Jay, who is it brought to us by?
By Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
You may be right. You probably are going to be right, according to most prognosticators. Interesting data set, because, the Ravens kind of gave that one away last night in a lot of ways.
Yeah, the Ravens did. We talked about the penalties. We talked about the miscues out there. But the Chiefs, to me, are at the point now, and I'm just looking at the roster. I don't care how they looked last night. I'm talking about the roster and now new weapons that Patrick Mahomes have. They just brought back Juju Smith-Schuster. Like, they're actually deep at the wide receiver position now, which they weren't last year. And I'm afraid that they are clearly, in my eyes, the front runners as Super Bowl champs. Like, they have weapons. They got a defense. They got your boy Chris Jones out there. Like, they are a better team. Do you believe on paper they're better than last year?
They sure look like it.
They look like it, right? Like, they look like a more complete team now.
Didn't your team beat them last year?
Did we beat them?
Season?
Yeah, we probably did. We do. We beat 10 11 teams last year, just because that didn't phase us. That's another notch on the belt.
There was a point at which last year they were kind of flagging. It's like,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
And then they figured it out. And that's why I think Mahomes and those guys, they go on a 2-game losing streak. They get down. There's no panic in them. It's like, no, we got this. We've been here. We've done that. We've been here before. And they look like the team to beat, man. I know the Niners are stacked. I know my Eagles look good. But in a 1-game situation, it's going to be hard to beat these Kansas City Chiefs.
Raider fans will be angry at me for saying this, but I get the sense, and I know what the Raiders did to the Chiefs last year. Their division schedule is almost like 6 buys, isn't
Oh,
it?
right.
I mean,
Yeah, they're going to be, when you look at that division, I mean, but you don't think, as I take a look at the divisions here, you don't think that the Chargers might be able to steal one? With Harbaugh now and Herbert and that combo.
Their wide receiving cupboard is quite bare.
Yeah.
For the Chargers.
Let me look at the Chiefs' schedule right here because, you could be right about this. When I look at their division, Raiders, they're still a couple of years away.
And I know what
they don't have a
did them
quarterback
last year, and I know that's a
Right.
rivalry and any given Sunday and all that.
Right. But, they're going to be tough to beat, man. Like, to your point that you just said, Whitey, the Ravens had them. Pretty much gave it away. Could have had a chance to win. But yet, the Chiefs, who weren't even at full, throttle yet, still found a way to win. That's just who they are right now. They're going to be tough to beat.
As you said, it's just one game. You remember a year ago when the Lions beat the Chiefs. It looked like, wow, the Chiefs, Super Bowl hangover, blah, blah, blah. The Lions did build on that, of course, and had a great season. But the Chiefs, they figured it out. It's a long season, longer than ever, longer than it used to be.
Right. The Super Bowl not won in September. And, the Chiefs are at a point now where as long as they're playing their best football when it matters, the regular season, the whole knock was, well, they never go on the road to win games. Well, they did that. They went into Baltimore last year and won. And so I just feel like they're a well-oiled machine who knows who they are, and they don't panic. They got another tough one coming up next week when they play the Bengals. We'll see how, for real the Bengals are. And the big one at San Francisco, October 20. I may have to go to that one.
I got to tell you, you being a Philly fan, understand that. We go back and forth, but you're from Philadelphia. I get that.
Right, exactly.
Respect it on some level, although I would never admit it. But you as a Chiefs honk,
I'm not a Chiefs
it
honk.
doesn't feel right to me.
I'm a realist, Whitey. We've been together almost a year. I'm a realist, big fella.
Yeah.
I'm not pie in the sky. I don't, I'm not, taking a shot at Mahomes just because he beat my team in the Super Bowl. The dude is a great quarterback.
You
maybe
didn't
the
pick
greatest.
your team to win the Super Bowl. You picked the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Because to me, they're the best team. And I said it during Drape's Takes.
Yeah.
As much as it hurts me to say that, they look like they're going to get it done. I can go out on a limb and feel confident. The Chiefs, they're going to be tough to beat.
We'll see if Kyle Ledbetter will loan you his Mahomes jersey.
Give him my Purdy jersey. I'd trade him easily for that.
When we come back, you may not like this, Drapes. One of the greatest defensive backs ever, says the 49ers have no question marks. Find out who and what exactly he says next on Sactown Sports.
Hey, listen up. This is your Sactown Sports live events calendar. First on the lineup is the Lodi Grape Festival coming September 12th through the 15th. And then rock out to Zeppelin USA at Thunder Valley on September 19th. On September 20th, laugh your heart out with comedy superstar Nikki Glazer at Thunder Valley. And the laughs keep on coming on September 21st with George Lopez when he takes the stage at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. If you're a country fan, you won't want to miss Winona Judd at Hard Rock Live on September 28th. And then on October 4th, comedy legend Rob Schneider is bringing the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. On October 20th, you don't want to miss Renee Vaca as he brings his hilarious stand-up to the Crest Theater. And finally, gear up for the ultimate Halloween bash with a $5,000 costume contest. It's Sinners and Saints Saturday at Thunder Valley on Saturday, October 26th. Costumes, music, and plenty of thrills. And that's your Sactown Sports live events calendar. For details, go to SactownSports.com. And stay locked on to Sactown Sports for your chance to win tickets.
Hey, this is Greg Pop-Up. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game.
As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sponsored by Xfinity Internet. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network. Personalize your Wi-Fi name and password. Assign user profiles. View and control connected devices and more with the Xfinity Internet app.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CLEAN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Going to hear from a Hall of Famer who says 49ers have no question marks. And we'll look at what looks like maybe a new question mark for the Niners in just a moment. First, I got to ask you guys, we have the smartest listeners and viewers in radio. There may be somebody smart here listening who knows the answer to this. I know there are a lot of people who are smart listening and watching. If my wife, a couple nights ago, we wake up in the middle of the night. Okay, I wake up and she's like obviously having a dream where she's in distress.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, I let her go. I'm thinking, well, I'll wait and see how this goes. And then either I fell back asleep or she was fine. I'm not sure which happened.
Right.
But if someone's really having a hard time, are you supposed to wake them up or you just let them work through it? Now, obviously, if it was like a violent thing, I would, it's okay, it's okay. But I'm never sure, like, I better wake her up, or do you let them work through it? Is it better? She said she had a dream about rats or something. So we had a rat yard. Yeah. So I get that. But how do you handle that? You ever had that?
Never had that. Hold on Hey, Jay, can you mute the dude on YouTube for me? Get rid of him, block him. I don't know if you saw what just came through. If you're not following Sactown Sports 1140. That's a good question, Whitey. I think if it's a kid, I think you do wake them up. Adults,
just let them work through
it, right? Yeah, we've all had bad dreams and violent dreams and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It's rare. It's unusual. It's not like it happens all the time or anything. But my philosophy is let her go. See how it is.
Was she pissed at you? Was she mad at you?
No.
Like, dog, you got to wake me up if that happened. Okay.
She said, she didn't know. She said, did you hear me last night? Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Usually, and tell me if you do this or not. Usually, if I'm having like one of those kind of dreams, I almost find a way to wake myself up. You know what I mean? Like, Kyle, wake up, and it happens, and that's happened several times. And so that's interesting.
I'm thinking it's got to be better to just work it out yourself, right?
Now, did she disturb your sleep?
Yeah, actually.
I'd probably go to the couch or the spare bedroom.
Well, let's just say, it doesn't happen often. I don't remember the last time it happened.
All right, I'll be like, all right, honey, you on your own tonight.
Yeah, because we had a rat in the backyard, and I guess she didn't like rodents, and she had a bad dream about rats. So, all right. So we agree, we think.
Yes.
Let it go. Let them work it out unless it gets totally out of hand. All right. You know what's gotten out of hand is all these people saying, 49ers, Super Bowl hangover, all these question marks. You won't listen to me on this, but listen to this guy, the great Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson, who played for the Niners.
Yeah, he's a great player.
He went to more Pro Bowls. I know for a while he held the record.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great guy. Did a few shows with him in the Bay Area, and he talked about how after a while, you go to so many Pro Bowls and it's a pain.
Right.
Because everybody wants to go and you got to pay their way and you got your kids.
First world problem.
Anyway, here is Rod Woodson. He was on with Rich Eisen talking about the 49ers and how good he thinks they are this year.
The best team in the NFC is
the 49ers.
You still believe so?
Yes. I mean, getting Trent back was key. So you got your Ayuk, you got Debo there. I mean, I still think they're the best football team. They got the best running back in the National Football League. I love the way the game was called on the offensive side of it. Defensively, he's got to see what type of defense they have this year, but I just think they're the best overall team in the NFC.
You don't think the Eagles with their coordinator switch might have fixed the way that they collapsed despite Kelsey and Cox, two guys right in the middle of those trenches being gone, that Saquon can plus them up and that the new coordinators can help out?
I love Saquon. I think he's up there, one of the best backs in the league. I got to see what they do on defense. I got to see how they unfold on offense. I know there's some type of rift they say that's between the quarterback and the head coach. So is it there? Is it not there? I like to see, can they rebound? Defensively, they do have some players. That team didn't look like that team last year. I know they did at the beginning of the year, and then they just kind of fell off the cliff. But can they come back and play the whole way through? I still think, with that being said, I still think the 49ers are the best overall team in the NFC.
What about the Lions, who came awful close?
I like the Lions. I do. I like the Lions. I still believe, even though they kind of came through it and kind of surprised us and how good they were throughout the whole year, not just in spurts. I'm still a fan of what the 49ers put on the field consistently. And I'm keep saying that because a lot of people, are they on the Brock Purdy bandwagon or are they not? I think the kid is a little player. I think he's a player. When he's healthy, when he's playing, they play good football. Like I said, they got the best running back in the league. You got a good tight end. You got two good receivers. You got a solid offensive line. A little inconsistent, but a solid offensive line. Having Trent come back is going to be key. Defensively, they've been solid for years. So for me, there's no question marks. There's more question marks with Detroit, Philly, Atlanta, any other of the good teams, Tampa, any other good team.
Than there are with the 49ers. Rod Woodson.
A respected guy.
Yes.
Knows what he's talking about.
Football genius.
And on paper, the Niners do have the best team, two ways, both sides of the ball, if you factor that in. For them not to have any question, like they have clear question marks, right? I mean, we've agreed that the offensive line might be a question mark.
Rod Woodson just said there's no question marks.
Rod Woodson, he could be wrong too. Just like LeBron, just like all these. Hey, just like Jesse Sapolo, who we had on, remember last year?
Yeah.
Talking about Joe Montana and Brock Purdy in the same sentence. Can't do that. And so Rod Woodson respected, but, it's one man's opinion.
What's funny is he said, I think Brock Purdy's a good little player. And then he said, good player. He corrects himself.
Good little player. Yeah. I go back to Pro Football Focus. If we're being honest, fellas, and this is not.
That's what we do here.
Not always. Not always. Some people are, Whitey just, be trolling out here. He'd be trying to troll me. But I go by Pro Football Focus, who has the Niners offensive line ranked 24th in the league.
Yeah.
That's a question mark.
Mm-hmm.
They could be better. We got to wait and see. But there's some unknowns. Is Pooney going to come in there and be great from day one?
Stud.
He's all right. We need to see. We need to see.
Here's the question mark, I think. I don't know if you noticed this. This is Kyle Shanahan at his best, his most clever. Why has McCaffrey not been practicing? Calf, right?
Yes.
You heard what the latest?
Yes, I did.
Well, it's an Achilles, but it's an Achilles that's related to the calf. And we already told you about the calf, so it's not a new injury. That's a concern.
All right, there you go.
Right?
Now you're on to something here, Whitey. Now you're on to something.
That's Kyle being
when
Kyle,
I heard that,
he's good at it.
That's what because we talked about it a month ago, Whitey. You got to be careful with calves because it could lead to something with the Achilles. Now Shanahan is saying calf and Achilles basically.
I guess you got to be in line with the league rules on disclosing injuries, right? So
week one here, you gotta be on the up and up, if you will. That is a concern.
Yeah.
That is that's
new
nothing
injury,
to play with.
It's related to the calf, and he had the calf. So,
but I didn't hear Achilles from him at all the first 3 weeks, and now all of a sudden,
yeah,
that is a concern going into
I've heard
this
of
game.
Baseball players playing through that. I remember years ago, Tony Gwynn had like a partial tear and played through it and played well, but that's not football.
Yeah, that's not.
I don't think a basketball player can
cutting.
play through
Yeah,
it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, remember Durant had that a few years ago in the finals, in the playoffs, and came back, and then it popped.
And then yes, exactly. Yeah, that's something to watch come Monday night, and I want to see how much CMC's usage is. Is he 20 to 25 carries? How many touches does he get? 25 touches.
I think
We'll
they
see.
worked him out of practice Thursday, and he had a full
workload over there.
Yeah. Are you concerned about that, Jay?
I don't know, because they're sly in the hand. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's hurt. I'm not sure. They just want to rest him. They have to use some type of injury not for him to play during the preseason, suit up. I'm not sure. I think, and I'll say this, I think most 49er fans, Whitey, you could speak on it, would like to see McCaffrey not be used as much. So I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been screaming for Jordan Mason and Elijah Milcher for the last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you confident that if CMC is limited,
that's a problem?
It is a problem. Like, Mason's not a capable step in.
CMC's like Cam used to be. He's like two players.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a receiver and a running back. Whereas
Right,
Cam's like
that's
a running
true.
back and a quarterback.
That's true.
Well, I think you have to. This is the one thing that I always say why Debo won't be out of here too soon is because McCaffrey has been prone to miss 3-4 game, 5 game stints, and that's where Debo jumps right in.
Yeah,
You're like,
right.
you know what?
He's the closest thing.
Yeah, and put him right back there, and then you kind of still kicking.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Lamar Jackson, as we have been today, when we come back, the Ravens fall despite Lamar's double-triple. What's a double-triple? You got a lot of them. We'll tell you next on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Are you looking for a new van for your business? Maybe you want to go out on a camping trip or even haul your kids and their teammates to their sporting events. Well, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has the Sprinter van just for you. It's fully customizable, and plus it has that Mercedes star right on the front, so you know it has the premium quality that Mercedes sedans and SUVs are known for. Give the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van a test drive at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or go online at mbofstockton.com.
As a mom, I'd do anything to keep my child out of physical pain. Dr. Pamela Maida is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. As a doctor, I know that growth spurts can cause pain in my child's feet, and that can affect their legs and back too. Good Feet Youth Arch Supports are designed to alleviate, even eliminate common pain. Investing in youth arch supports for your child or teen is one of the best decisions you can make.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
It's unforgiving. It starts with a nod of the head, a lifetime in 8 seconds, known as rodeo.
The 90th annual Marysville Stampede is coming to the Cotton Rosso Arena September 14th and 15th. If you want to see rodeo's best, you better be there. It's a whole weekend of the best pro rodeo action for the whole family. Bareback, saddle bronc, bull riding, plus the Flying Cowboys BMX motorcycle show. It's just $25 for adults and $15 for kids 4 to 12. Don't you miss 1 second of the heart-pounding, ground-shaking, bucking, twisting rodeo action. Get your tickets at MarysvilleStampede.com. The 90th annual Marysville Stampede, Saturday, September 14th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, September 15th at 3:30 p.m. at the Cotton Rosso Arena in Marysville. Tickets are available now at MarysvilleStampede.com.
KYMX.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Jay, didn't he used to have a home in Granite Bay or something?
Yeah,
he
was there a long time.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah. Eddie Murphy.
Jay,
yeah.
on Fridays, you never know what he's cooking.
Eddie Murphy. What made you think of this one, Jay?
You know what? There's a remake by DJ Khaled, which means he just made the beat, put some rappers on it. Okay. And I like it. It was Quavo from Migos.
Okay.
I think it was the Migos. So I was listening to that coming in. It just made me because flash.
All right.
I think this was a massive hit.
Oh, yeah. This blew up.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy.
Rick James behind the production.
Really?
Yeah. Remember the video?
I don't remember the
Dude,
video.
you gotta look this up.
I remember Eddie Murphy album and but I never listened to, dove into it or anything.
I don't think you were supposed to.
Right.
Eddie Murphy deep cuts coming up.
Right.
Yeah. Now, isn't there speaking of music for the national anthem, they got some more Philadelphia softies that are going to be performing.
That's unbelievable.
Monday.
How bad are the Niners in the organization? They don't even have anybody local good enough to sing the national anthem on the first day. They got to go all the way to Philly and bring my guys, Boys to Men, to add some flavor, add some soul
I wonder
to
if that's
Levi
because
Stadium.
it's Monday Night Football and their record label is owned by ABC. I don't know. I wonder if it's something like
I like Drape's version better.
Right? I'm just saying. We ain't got anybody local?
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
Why?
I don't know.
Boys to
I'm mystified.
it don't make sense though. Boys to Men, they ain't had a hit in 40 years.
I know.
Like, what? I can see the Eagles doing it.
It's probably and watch their upcoming documentary on Disney Plus.
Right.
Boys to Men.
Right.
Something like that.
You're right.
There was nothing like Lamar Jackson last night. Lamar Jackson, 273 passing yards in the loss to the Chiefs, 122 rushing yards. That's his 17th career double-triple, Drapes. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Double-triple?
Yeah. He had triple figures in two categories.
Passing and rushing.
And
how many? 17th,
rushing.
you said?
17th, yes. With a total of 17 double-triples. Lamar Jackson now has more than twice as many as any other player in history. Who do you think had 8? What's your best guess? Somebody everybody knows. It's not some anonymous.
Is it
Vic.
somebody current?
What's
Michael
that?
Vick?
Michael Vick. Yeah, Michael Vick had 8.
I was going to say my boy Randall Cunningham. You got that?
Black
on the list?
Geezy.
I don't know how far down the list he is.
Okay.
Other than Jackson and Vick, no one in NFL history has more than 4
really
double triples. So, and I'm not piling on Lamar Jackson, but here's a good example of how the statistics don't always tell the whole story, right? His statistics last night were off the charts.
Yes.
They were almost unreal.
Yeah, they were
and yet,
great.
when it came down to a throw to win the game, he wasn't able to make the throw. It's unfortunate.
But he was good leading up to that.
He was.
Those last
He
two
was.
plays. Like,
He was great.
He led them down the field.
Mhm.
He was amazing. But, and we talked about this earlier, that's what makes Patrick Mahomes great. That's what makes Joe Montana great. That's what makes Tom Brady great. It's not that they throw for 400, 500 yards. It's when the game is on the line, they always seem to make the play.
Yeah. We used to say, the old cliche, they rise to the occasion.
Rise to the
When
occasion.
there's the magnitude of the moment, for some people, they're able to use that to produce their best performance. Last night, anyway, and in the past against Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson has not been able to do that.
Let me ask you this, though, and I hear you, and that's,
Doesn't mean he can in the future, but so
right.
far he hasn't.
If Likely makes that catch, is it a whole different narrative? Like if he comes in feet and bounds, is it a whole different narrative? And I asked that because
only if they win the game.
The finale there, the last play, really, I thought Lamar Jackson made a hell of a throw. He did everything on that last play that he needed to, but the receiver just couldn't get his feet down.
Mm-hmm.
So does he get docked for that? You know what I mean? Everybody's talking about the second to last play, and rightfully so, but he still made a hell of a throw on the last play. And would the narrative be different if Likely got the foot down?
Might be, but he wasn't able to. So you look at how close they came to winning. And you rarely see a guy of that caliber, as you say, 2-time MVP, make a throw in that situation that poor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was,
yeah,
really,
that was, yeah.
I don't know. I was asking Jay if was he thrown across his body, because he was dancing around back there. That's going to be an issue for him, the offensive line. And I just don't know if they can count on him all year long, because he's going to take a pounding, right? And they need him to run the ball. And he's phenomenal. But he said before the game last night, he said, if my legs were better, we would have beaten him last time. Well, why would we think his legs are going to be in better condition come December, January?
I will say this, though. Lamar and the Ravens outgained the Chiefs. They outscored them in the fourth
quarter. They won the time of possession, which is huge.
Of possession. They did everything right except make the play at the end. And so I believe they are right there. It's the Chiefs, number one, no doubt about it. But they're a contender out there too. Like it's not just because they lost last night to Kansas City is not an indictment on how their season is going to go. I don't think. I think, like I said earlier in the first hour, they can still walk around with their heads held high in the belief that, you know what, we can play with this team. Sure, he's 1-5 now against Patrick Mahomes. Eventually, you got to get it done. But if I'm him, I'm still supremely confident. Man, next time I get that throw to Zay Flowers or whoever he was targeting, I'm going to make it. We may have won the game if Likely would have got his foot down. Like it came that close. So it's not like they're, far off. He just has to be better, on those one or two plays down the stretch.
Yes, to me, that is an indictment of him, and it's not something he can't overcome. But you're right. They lost one game. They almost beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. The season is long, but he wasn't able to make that throw in the biggest moment. Doesn't mean he can't in the future, but that's kind of been the knock on him. When you rely on him passing, you don't know what you're getting. And that was a terrible throw in the biggest moment. So
let me ask you this.
Still a question mark about him.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If we can say that the Niners were just victimized by the Mahomes era, can we say that same thing about Lamar Jackson? You give him that excuse too.
Maybe when it's all said and done. Yeah,
right?
Possibly. Sure.
And it might be like that for Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, a number of quarterbacks. It's like this guy is the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Tom
Joe
Brady
Burrow's
was
actually beating him pretty good.
Yeah, he beat him. He beat him the one time to get to the Super Bowl, and of course they didn't get it done. But that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes, and this is something you raised a couple of weeks ago, would Lamar Jackson have made it to the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Would the Niners have 2 Super Bowls now? That's a fair question to ask.
I didn't mean to be rude here. I was looking this up, and I know you saw it. Ryan Clark, here it is. Thank you, Jay, for sending this.
Jason?
Yeah. Ryan Clark calls Lamar Jackson the Russell Westbrook of the NFL. When he and Dame Lillard went head-to-head and it got emotional, he couldn't make a shot. Do you think there's anything to that?
Nah, I don't think so.
It's a good thing to say on TV. I'll give him that.
Right. It's a great thing
to say on TV.
Exactly. It's a great thing.
It got me going. Hey.
It'll get some clicks. It'll get people thinking. I just think, when I look at Lamar Jackson, they would not have been there without him. He marched them down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Really, and people say the corner throw was a bad throw. That wasn't a bad throw. The only bad throw was the one where Zay Flowers was over.
We did miss the guy. It wasn't an easy throw, but he did miss him.
Yeah,
that was lively too, right?
Yeah, but all quarterbacks at
likely,
sometimes. Likely, not likely. Everybody misses that throw at some point. Nobody's perfect on that throw. And so, especially in the corner there, you got the defender underneath. I mean, you got to put it in the perfect spot.
But Drapes, when you had 2 guys open in the end zone against the Chiefs with a chance to tie it and you missed them both, that's not good. And that's been a knock on him. That's still a question that he has to answer.
No doubt about it. But
yeah, he's still phenomenal.
As I always say, you're not a winner until you win. And until you get over that hump, you are going to have to answer those questions. I go to the basketball. People consider Kevin Garnett this winner. Well, he hadn't won until he got to Boston. You look at a guy like Kevin Durant. He hadn't won until he got to. You don't become a winner until you actually do it. And until you do it, you're going to have to answer the questions.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Mike joins us on Sactown Sports. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. The number one sports show in Northern California.
Our guy. What's up, baby?
Hey, Trace, I got to tell you real quick, okay? If you need a little help on that basketball team, the guy sitting right across from you, Whitey, you need to pick him up. Great point guard, great shooter, good all-around passer. Just in case you guys are ever short a guy.
Is this your cousin or something like that? A family member?
Back in the day, the kid was, he was the original.
Yeah, I don't know who
you know this guy.
Right.
I know
he's absolutely right, but I just don't.
I'm like, geez, this guy.
He was unstoppable on the playground.
That's right, Mike.
Do you really not know who Mike is? Or Mike? Are you being honest with me, Mike? Did Whitey really have skills?
I'm being dead honest with you.
Okay.
I'm a little bit younger than that old guy, but I remember him back in the day when I was a kid playing on the playgrounds down in Vallejo.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Over in the gym.
Yeah.
All right.
He was the real deal.
What else you got for us, Mike?
Mike's my guy. Yeah.
Moving on. What else you got for
Hey, first of all, they were going to lose that game anyways because they were going to go for 2 last night if he made that catch, and they weren't going to get 2. They weren't going to get it. Second of all, Monday night, the Niners and Jets, if Aaron Rodgers finishes the game, Jets will win. Their defense is too good.
Ooh.
Thank you, Mike.
Don't cut him off now. He's speaking.
Today, Mike.
Hey, I'm not done yet. Hey, I was just curious what happened to the sports show in the morning.
They don't talk sports anymore, right?
Or is it a cooking show now?
Wow. Mike taking shots.
I know, man.
I wonder if Mike thinks I'm my brother. I wonder if he remembers my brother. He's thinking I'm
your brother had skills back in the day?
My brother had mad skills.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, everything he said is right. But yeah. How about Mitch? You ready for some Mitch on Sactown Sports? Hey, Mitch. Happy Friday. What's up?
Happy Friday. Have a nice, happy weekend.
Yeah.
Nice and cool.
Yeah.
What's up, Mitch?
Hey, Lamar played a good game last night. I was taking my team. He's a great runner. I don't think you want to see him run so much because if he gets hurt, Baltimore is in a bit of a predicament.
Yes.
You gotta say, Purdy, he might not get a championship, but still be a good quarterback. Dan Marino, and he was great. I think he's top 5. And they talk about calling the guys, not winners. Ernie Banks never got a championship.
Well, that's true, Mitch. Thank you for the call. Yeah, but it's a little premature to say Purdy's not going to get one, right? If you're the quarterback of the 49ers and you don't get a Super Bowl, you're a failure. And that's not fair, but that's the fact. Isn't it, Jay? If you're the quarterback of the 49ers and you don't win a Super Bowl, you didn't quite get it done.
True.
Yeah,
I
but
think that applies to Dak, too.
Right.
If you didn't get it done, hey, you put up some numbers, Dak, but ultimately, that's not fair, but that's the way it is.
But I look at the Niners quarterback history, and they weren't good enough to win a Super Bowl. I'm talking about the player, the individual player.
Mm-hmm.
Dak has the talent to get it done. He's underachieving. You guys tell me, when's the last underachieving Niners quarterback? I'm talking historically in their tenure here. And we can't
Jimmy?
say Kaepernick.
Can we say Jimmy?
Nah, but Jimmy, we knew.
Alex Smith?
I was going to say Cap.
But those guys were never top 5, top 10 in the NFL. You look at a guy like Dak Prescott, MVP candidate, like the stain on him, if he doesn't win it, he's still a great Cowboy. You know what I mean? And if you don't
think so,
yes, I think so. Tony Romo is considered a great Cowboy.
Nah.
No, he actually is. And that, like, among Cowboy fans, yes.
He was a really good player for the Cowboys, but a great Cowboy, in my opinion, great Cowboy, must have been on a Super Bowl team. Because they won a lot of Super Bowls.
I would love to hear from Cowboy fans.
You think more, Drapes?
Tony Romo might not even be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think most Cowboy fans would say like, he was cool. Like, I don't think most Cowboy fans believe he was great. But I could be. I'm not a Cowboy, so you know.
Well, here's the thing, though. We're talking about two organizations that haven't won in 30 years.
Yeah, agree.
You know what I mean? And so basically, are we saying in 30 years they really haven't had good quarterbacks? Is that like Dak has been great?
Yeah,
I know.
Romo
That's what I
is
said.
yeah.
It's not fair, but if you don't win the Super Bowl, you failed. For those
But that's
franchises.
everybody. That's everybody. That's every quarterback.
But especially true of those teams that like their stated goal is we're all about winning Super Bowls.
No, that's everybody though, Whitey. That's, you know, if the Raiders don't win, you know, Aiden O'Connell failed. If the Chargers don't win, if Cincinnati doesn't win, is Joe Burrow a failure? Yeah, yes, right. I mean,
but I think it's because it might be two different arguments. Drapes, maybe Whitey. Is it the fanfare you come out of college with and being, you know, a top first round draft pick, you kind of fail, versus like a Tony Romo wasn't a top guy, but because he played for the Cowboys and a sustained history. And kind of the thing with Dak for me, Drapes, is this. Most people believe he has some form of fashion of a Super Bowl team, right? And they just haven't done, and he's the quarterback. Where I think, you know, the Raiders QBs, like no one believes they can win. Like no one's thinking they're coming.
But that's what that's kind of what I'm saying, though, in that fact that I don't believe the 49ers quarterbacks in recent era, and Brock Purdy I'm excluding because I need to see it play out, have been good enough to win a Super Bowl.
Well, Cap got to the Super Bowl. Alex Smith got the NFC Championship game. Garoppolo got to the NFC Championship game.
But those guys aren't.
Yeah.
Even with the win, they really aren't all time. They're like Trent Dilfer, in my opinion. They're like Jim McMahon, in my opinion. They
weren't expected to win.
They weren't expected
coming in. See, I think my first one, that's why I said I think Cap, most people was like, he's good enough to win it. I think the knock against the Niners have always been the last couple times like Jimmy G, he not good enough to win.
Right.
Yeah, Alex Smith wasn't good enough to win.
No real faith that he's the guy to lead us.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
That's all I'm saying.
But I think Brock Purdy, and again, I'll say it, I don't think it's fair, but if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, I think 49er fans, by and large, will see him as he failed ultimately, no matter what he does. And I think Dak the same way.
Is he you know, because I think that's two different arguments, like Jay was saying, that we're making. You know, if Brock Purdy doesn't get it done, was he not a good quarterback? But he still was a good quarterback, though. He just didn't get it. Like Jim Kelly is still a great quarterback. He just didn't get. Dan Marino's still a great quarterback. He just didn't get it done. Can Brock Purdy have that kind of career, a great career, but just didn't get over the hump?
What I'm saying is, in the 49er history, it doesn't matter what else you do. You could lead the league in passing every year. You have to win a Super Bowl or else you failed. And like I said, it's not fair. But given their history and their stated goals and what the franchise is all about, we're about rings. You know, the Steelers used to be like that too. And then they got to the point where they realized we're just not about that anymore. Yeah. But I think that's where the 49ers are. It's an unfair standard for Cowboys quarterbacks, 49er quarterbacks.
All right.
But you know, with the 49ers, and I'm throwing a little dirt on my own organization, in reality, they've only had two good quarterbacks.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll go back to Y.A. Tittle or something.
Saying, bro.
Well, I thought Jeff Garcia was good.
Jeff Garcia was good.
Yeah, he just never had a team around him. Right? Yeah, he was the type of quarterback where I'm like, you put a team around him? Okay, let's see what happens. I'm kind of with Drapes on that, Whitey. I'm not sure the 49ers have had a guy where it's like, okay, he should be one of those guys that win a Super Bowl. Like Jimmy G wasn't that guy. Alex Smith wasn't that guy. I don't even want to go down to Tim Rattays and the Jim Drunken Millers and the, you know, JT O'Sullivans and the Troy Smiths and, you know, all these different guys.
Local guy.
He is. But he didn't get it done.
Yeah.
Gio Carmine, you know.
So what I'm saying,
one snap.
I'm just hey, listen, we've had some bad QBs now.
But Jimmy had a chance to win the Super Bowl, and so did Colin Kaepernick.
And they
were both right there.
Yes,
they had chances to win Super Bowls, and they didn't do it.
I just feel like when you, in my opinion, I'm separating Brock Purdy from Jimmy G. You know, because I never view Jimmy G as a Super Bowl caliber champion, like leading your team to a quarterback. And so, in my opinion, when it comes to the Super Bowl, he wasn't expected to be the guy. Niners fans didn't view him in that
But
way.
he was expected to win one, is what I'm saying. That's where I think we disagree.
Was he expected to win one, or was the team? Because I feel like I said, I feel like you look at a guy like Dak Prescott. He's going to have a great career, but he might not. It could be a stain on him because he was great, but he never got over the hump. Meanwhile, a guy, I don't even remember who was before Dak, or, Steve Walsh, let's say, with the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, it was actually Romo.
Yeah, I'm going way back now.
Wasn't there like a placeholder? There wasn't what's my guy from Quincy or no?
Yeah.
Wasn't my guy from Georgia?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a placeholder in between a year or two?
Quincy
But I
Carter?
remember it
Quincy
was
Carter? Yeah.
Romo got hurt in Seattle in the preseason. He broke his back, and
Right.
that's when Dak started playing.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there
because
was somebody
Romo
in
got
between.
hurt.
Quincy Carter might be in the
Maybe because Romo
before
was hurt a
Romo,
lot.
right?
Maybe there
Yeah,
was.
maybe it was before him. Yeah.
I'm not supposed to
during
know
his
the
time.
Cowboy
Yeah,
quarterbacks
I'm starting
anyway.
to wonder about that.
Yeah,
Jay.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Danny White, 339-1140, 1-800-912-1140. Frank has been hanging on. Hello, Frank. What's up?
Hey, Whitey, what's going on? Hey, Drake, let me tell you something, all right?
Oh, this guy. I tell you what. Hold up, Frank. Hold up. I tell you what. If you come out of pocket, if you come sideways, we banging on you. I'm letting you know. You're going to get the hang up really quickly, big fella. So come correct here.
I'm coming correct.
All right.
I'm going to tell you something, all right? Quit making excuses for Lamar Jackson, all right? He had Flowers wide open. He couldn't hit him with a 2-foot sidebar. He's not a throwing quarterback. You are not going to win a Super Bowl with a guy that runs like he does. It ain't going to happen. Lamar Jackson can win during the regular season, but he chokes in the playoffs. That's why he's never going to win a Super Bowl. He's not a winner.
That's Frank.
Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Frank. You're not a winner until you win. Yeah, you're not a winner until you win. Is Brock Purdy a winner? We don't know. He's not a winner. He's not. Is Joe Burrow a winner? He's not. We don't know yet. Is my boy Jalen Hurts a winner? We don't know. He hasn't won yet. You only become a winner when you win.
Mm-hmm.
And up until that, you keep striving. Like Giannis said, and people have disagreed with him, and I did too. It's not a failure. Like, you try each year to grow and get better. And Lamar Jackson, I'm of the belief, let's let his career play out before we say, oh, he's never going to win. You never know what's going to happen. You just don't know.
What's you guys' opinion of this? Kind of along these lines. Remember when the Warriors won 73 games and then they lost in the game 7?
Mm-hmm.
Bob Myers is a great guy. Bob Myers said, I don't consider that a failure. We set a record. To me, you didn't finish the deal. To me, it's like, it doesn't matter that you set the record because you didn't win the championship. When the Bulls won 72, they won the title. It's like, yep, they sealed the deal. How do you guys look at that? Is it a success that they won all those games? Because to me, if I'm being honest, like, nope, it doesn't matter because you didn't win the championship.
So let me. I hear what you're saying, and maybe this is going a different route. When I look at players who have had great careers and they didn't win the championship, does that mean they were failures?
No.
Is Charles Barkley a failure? Is Carmelo a failure? Is whoever we can name, are they failures? Did they fail in that instance to not win a championship? Yes, but there's still other things you can take away from,
of course,
that's successful and is great.
Of course.
Right.
But honestly, just your opinion?
No, that's my opinion right there about that.
So 73 wins was a success or a failure?
When 73 wins was a success, but they came up short of their ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it's a black and white issue.
Yeah.
I think it's different layers to it.
Bob Myers says it.
Yeah, I think it's different layers, to it. Should they have won? Would they have liked to win? Yes. But when you look at it, they're going to go down as the greatest regular season team in history. That's something to be proud of.
Mm-hmm. It's got an asterisk, You're right. It's got that asterisk. It's like, so what? Best regular season team.
But
it's
part
unfair.
of me
All
feels
this
like
is unfair, but that's the way it is.
It is, but that's part of the problem I have with sports now. It's like, and of course you play to win, but that's why guys ring chase so much now, Whitey, because people don't validate their careers unless they have rings. And so then when a Kevin Durant joins a Golden State or a LeBron James joins a Miami, we're like, oh, he's taking a cheap way out. Well, you guys have told me the only thing that matters is winning. Now you're telling me I got to win the way you want me to win? And so the rings culture and chasing it, and having to validate somebody's career if they win. Like, for instance, that 2002 Sacramento Kings team. That was a successful season for the Kings.
Sure.
Like, that was a great year. We hold that team up on a pedestal. Did they get it done? No, but I'm not going to call that team a failure. I can't do that. That's my take on it. That's my take.
I know what you mean. I used to do a show here on Saturday mornings, long time ago. And with 3 people, and it was a basketball show. And one of the people on the show left. So they had this new guy come in. And he started doing the show. First show the new guy does, the whole show, he was saying, if you don't win a ring, you're not an elite player. And people were calling and arguing. After that show was over, I said, I'm not doing the show anymore. And I quit.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just, because that's like, I'm not doing that.
Damn.
You know,
yeah.
because you get in that whole thing and, well, this guy won a ring, but he wasn't as good as that guy, but he won the ring.
Right,
So he's
right.
elite. He's not. It's like, that is idiotic. Didn't want any part of that.
Yeah.
The conversation continues when we come back. We talk about basketball there. Can I ask you what you thought of Rudy Gobert snapping back at Shaq?
Oh, yeah.
Shaq calling Rudy Gobert the worst player ever. Why would he say that? What was Gobert's response? Next, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmelie,
Close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich,
Different.
Dasha, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com. Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. People at church have like coworker vibes.
Ralph Barbosa, the super cool ass tour.
Like some of them are cool, but most of them, you know, they're just being fake nice because they want that promotion. Like if those are the people that are gonna be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell.
Saturday, September 7th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss the hilarious Ralph Barbosa live.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Stop what you're doing, because right now, Kohl's is giving away millions in instant Kohl's Cash in stores for free. You heard that right. This weekend is their Kohl's Cash Ultimate Giveaway. Plus, get 3 days of deals in store and online. Yep, you definitely don't want to miss this. So hurry to Kohl's today, before it's too late. Kohl's Cash Giveaway valid in-store only. Redeemable only that day. Some exclusions apply while supplies last. Ends September 8th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They believe it's all about people and choices. Their goal is to find the car that fits your lifestyle. With their huge inventory of models, they've got the right car and, more importantly, at the right price every time. Experience for yourself why their customers drive away smiling. Discover the difference, because it's not just about the car, it's also about the people. Experience the Sacramento Dodge, Jeep, and Chrysler difference. Off Business 80 next to Hagen Oaks. Or you can find them online, sacsuperstore.com.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue, and they're finally walking into the Good Feet store. Okay, the guy that came into my store last year that has had plantar fasciitis for 30 years. I looked at him, I said, "Are you kidding me? I've been here for 14. Where have you been?" I helped relieve a problem that's plagued him for 30 years. I mean, how do you not go home and talk about that?
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk. High voltage live boxing action returns to Northern California Saturday, September 21st at the venue at Thunder Valley with Thunder Showdown featuring the undefeated 12th ranked welterweight in the world, Amari Jones, plus Alan Sanchez versus Sal Briseno, and 8 more exciting undercard fights with Maribel Guerrero, Blake McKernan, Gabriel Garcia, Anthony Hernandez, Ruben Torres, Alexander Espinoza, and more. Don't miss the Thunder Showdown September 21st at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Quick card subject to change.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Fly to local 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede, September 14th and 15th at MarysvilleStampede.com. Truncated show today. Second day in a row because of NFL football. Get ready for my Packers. Feeling good about my Packers this year. Taking on the Eagles. You know, it's one of the things that's weird about watching a game played in different countries. This even happens when they play in England. And, you know, they played a lot of games there. The crowds don't know exactly how to respond. And so watching the game, sometimes it has a weird feel like you're watching one of those bad football movies, you know, because they don't know what they're supposed to cheer for.
Like a delayed response sometimes or something like that.
Yeah. Like a cheer a punt that goes really high or whatever. Right. Yeah.
It's like their first live football, American football game. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see too, because you know, Brazil, they're feisty, they're fiery about sports, and who do you pull for if you're them? Like, do you have it's not like, you know,
that's a good question.
Like the Eagles and Packers, two legendary franchises, yes, but are there millions of Eagles fans or millions of Packers fans? Like,
is your team a home team? You know, I think they are, but I don't really know.
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. No, actually,
diehard Eagles fans.
I assume we'll get to picks at some point.
Yeah,
I'm actually pulling for your team. I'm picking your team tonight, so I'm kidding about my Pack.
And rightfully so.
Yes.
You know, we're the best team in the NFC. You should pick us.
One of the top teams in the division. One of the top teams in the NFC
in the division.
Oh, really? I mean that. I'm serious. I mean that as a
compliment. I appreciate that.
They're one of the top 3 or 4
teams in the division.
I think we should be able to run that conference and smash the Cowboys.
That's our guy, L Train, right there. Lionel Simmons.
That's right.
Yesterday, yes.
Text of the day nominee here. Unfortunately, they didn't put their name on it. I love how football season just threw this show into chaos. I love this bleep. And they actually wrote bleep.
Oh, so, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We are having a lot of football fun already. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Chris joining us in Sactown Sports. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm good. I was good until I heard Jake say something. Go Birds, fly Eagles, fly.
Yeah.
Straight. Man.
What'd I say?
I thought we were cool, though. I mean, we Eagle fans. I'm a diehard Eagle fan.
Me too, big fella.
Go Birds, and then on my short ride home, I'm gonna paint this picture for you.
Yeah.
On my short 4-mile ride home, I turn on y'all and I hear Drake say, "Man, the Kansas City Chiefs are gonna pick 3-peat. They're gonna 3-peat. Man, ain't even the Eagles ain't even played one game yet, and this man saying they're gonna 3-peat."
That shocked
Drake,
me too, Chris.
Drake, me being a diehard Eagle fan, I'm a do something with you. I got a pie to the face bet that says the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Now hold up.
He can't bet
I
against
can't
his
bet,
team.
right? I'm not going to bet against my team.
No. You just that's what I just heard you say. You just want to pick the Chiefs without even the Eagles playing one
I'm
game.
not. No, see. Here's the thing, Chris. This is where you coming up short, big fella. I'm an unbiased journalist when it comes to this. I'm keeping it real. The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. I do think they will win. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm Nostradamus or anything. I'm not predicting the future. But as of right now, I believe the Chiefs will win. They have what it takes. Now, if the Eagles beat them, trust me, I'm going to Broad Street. I'm going down to Broad and Market for the parade. What? No doubt about it.
You're gonna have to fold me in your back pocket,
right?
I live in Sacramento. I want to come.
Yeah. We going out there together, Chris. Nothing would make me happier than the Eagles to beat the Chiefs. But they look good, man. They look good.
I'm glad Chris held you to that. Yeah,
Yes.
I wondered about that too.
No, because people don't understand. I don't always, my judgment and opinions aren't always clouded by my fandom, unlike some other people around here. You know, I can be objective and say, you know what? Damn, the Chiefs look good. They're a better team this year than they were last year.
You just said, I'm not predicting the future. Then you said, but they're going to win the Super Bowl. That's exactly what you're doing.
But I'm not always going to be right. That's what I'm saying. If I'm wrong, okay, whoop-de-doo, I'm wrong. But as of now, the Chiefs are my pick.
Big time fly, Eagles fly.
Drapes Stradamus.
Right.
Drapes Stradamus. How about 10? Where are we going to end up here? It's time for 10 on Sactown Sports. Hey, 10. How are you?
What do you got?
Hey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I apologize for the Yahoo who cussed on air at you a few days ago.
Oh, that's okay.
That's all good. Yeah. Go ahead.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
I really appreciate Draper plugging in Stephen A. Smith for saying Sacramento was a sleeper team for the NBA.
Yeah.
I believe this all comes from the appearance of Tyrese Halliburton in the gold medal game. You know, they're like, where's this kid from? Well, he started his career in Sacramento.
There you
I
go.
love how the city breeds winners.
There you go, Tim. Thank you. There you go. You see? You never know where you're going to end up. You never know.
He said Stephen A. hyped up Sacramento because Tyrese, who was on the Olympic team, used to play in Sacramento. That's the reasoning. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you, Tim.
Sacramento will take y'all.
On September 4th, during an appearance on the GOAT Talk podcast, Shaquille O'Neal was asked to name his pick for the worst player in the NBA, to which he quickly responded by naming Rudy Gobert and Ben Simmons. He said, you know why? If you sign a contract for $250 million, show me $250. There's a reason why I walk funny, why I can't turn my neck, because I played for my $120 million. You guys like him that bleep the system over. They're making all this money and they can't bleep and play. I don't respect guys like that. That's what Shaq said. So we got a response now from Rudy Gobert.
Eiffel Tower. Yes.
Yeah. It's sad to see someone that has accomplished as much as you did, Shaq, both in sport and business, still be triggered by another man's finances and accomplishments. I get the entertainment part, but unlike other folks, you don't need that stuff to stay relevant.
He coming out hot. I love it, Rudy.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I believe Shaq has doubled down on, and again, Shaq, I don't think I made this clear. Shaq called Rudy Gobert worst NBA player of all time, according to reports. And we have this Shaq doubling down. Shaq doubles down after calling Rudy Gobert, Ben Simmons, worst NBA players of all time. Step your game up. Yeah.
Shaq is a big bully. Rudy Gobert is an easy target, low-hanging fruit. Come up with something better than that. Why kick a man when he's down, basically? Shaq is a big bully.
He says, it's also personal motivation. He says, so now Rudy and Ben, show me what you got. See, like, people don't understand the things I'm saying now on TV. It's the same things I said to my players as a leader. young man, you're getting paid $20 million. You ain't doing nothing. Step your game up. The outsiders that what we know, they're like, oh, he's hating us. No, I'm not hating. I'm telling you the truth. And if you don't like the truth, that's something you got to deal with. So now it's out there. It's viral. So show me what you're going to do. Rudy and Ben, shut me up. So Shaq saying, I'm just trying to motivate
him.
Motivate my guys.
Man, if I'm Rudy Gobert, I tell him, Shaq, keep your name out my mouth. Seriously, keep my name out. There. First of all, he was asked who the worst players in the NBA were. We all know Rudy Gobert is not the worst player.
Yeah.
He's trolling right now.
And I believe he was, I know I was not clear on that. Shaq named his pick for worst NBA player of all time.
He said, come on. Well, so let me just say this, how I feel about this, Whitey. When I see something like that, I let it go in one ear and out the other because it's not an honest assessment. It's not a true assessment. Everybody knows Rudy Gobert is not the worst.
That's just the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, and it's just trying to get clicks. Like if he said, I don't even Joe Schmo, and nobody knows, who probably is the worst player maybe ever, but it's not going to get you clicks. It's not going to get you noticed. It's not going to go viral.
Right.
And the thing about Rudy Gobert, he is low-hanging fruit. He is an easy target to pick on. Come on, Shaq. Shaq got to be better than that, in my opinion.
What do you think of, you want to hear Patrick Beverley's top 5 NBA centers, or you just want to move on?
No, sure. Let's, what you got?
Yeah. Oh, where is it here? Let's see. I want to make sure I have it right. Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, and Ivica Zubac. Patrick Beverley, top 5.
We got Zubac on it. So hold on. Can you give me those players again?
Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, and Ivica Zubac. Top 5. Patrick Beverley.
Zubac is his guy. Played with him on the Clippers and everything.
There are too many podcasts. That's what I'm.
That's what. Oh my gosh! Everybody has a podcast. My boy Mike Bibby and Eddie House got a podcast. I just been listening to that. It's too much content out. And here's the thing too, Whitey. Like I said about Shaq, everybody's trying to get noticed. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to say something inflammatory to get it aggregated, for it to get noticed. Because if you just say it out there into a vacuum, nobody hears it.
Yeah. So here are the centers that he picked Ivica Zubac over: Domas, Gobert, Şengün, Chet Holmgren, Porzingis, Miles Turner, Jared Allen, Vucevic, Naz Reid, DeAndre Ayton, Derek Lively, Nick Claxton, Hartenstein, Brooke Lopez, Daniel Gafford, Nurkic, Valanciunas, Bobby Portis, Mark Williams, and Clint Capella.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Guys trying to get clicks.
So it's the Sacramento way. I saw that. It's like, where's Domas?
Right.
And you realize, no, there's a whole bunch of guys that he snubbed there. Are we ready for our Drive Guys NFL predictions?
Yes, I am ready.
2024. Jay's going to MC a special edition of that when we come right back to Sactown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL?
Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Where do you go when you need someone to represent you? For me, you want someone that is local and that you can actually get to and talk with. There are plenty of big branded lawyers out there with the name, but you never get to talk to them. So go to saclegaldefense.com and connect with the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. He's local, he'll represent you, and he'll have your back. Whether it's expungements, wrongful termination, when you're in a spot when you need legal help, call the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at 916-304-9187.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Hello? Hey, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call.
Did you know we've got you fully covered?
I've taken up beekeeping. I'm always covered.
I'm talking the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage at up to half the cost.
Same honey, half the work?
Exactly.
Sweet.
Just call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of consumer cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's winds blowing across a fruited plain, and also your new fire pit, which subsequently sets your gazebo ablaze. It's hard-hitting football, and an even harder-hitting price estimate from your general contractor. That's a star-spangled bummer. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
PGA.com Quick 9 asked readers to complete this sentence. Golf means more than a game. To me, it means... At number 9, the banter. People love the good-natured teasing that goes on. Number 8, it's hard to explain, but I don't want to be without it. Number 7, it's an obsession. I eat, drink, and sleep golf. Setting goals is next. At number 5, golf is life. It's a career for some, a passion for most, and a ticket to college for a lucky few. At 4 and 3, a place to relax and an escape. A place to feed my soul and find a peaceful solace. At number 2, a place to learn about ourselves and others. You'll learn more in 4 hours on a golf course than almost anywhere else. Number 1, a few priceless hours to spend with friends and loved ones. Responses included time with my dad, time with my husband or wife, time with my closest friends. It's hard to beat the company you share around with. So what do you think? Why is golf more than just a game to you? Finish this sentence. To me, golf means... I'll let you think about that. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, man, I stink. And my brother was like, I hate this car. And my mom was all, I'm dying in here. Then I said, it's time to call Stockton Honda. Then Dad was like, honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue. StocktonHonda.com.
It's not hard to be a mom. It's hard to be a good mom. It's easy to be a bad mom. That's so easy. But to be a good mom is hard. To be a bad mom, that's as easy as being a great dad. That's...
Nikki Glazer, Alive and Unwell Tour. Friday, September 20th. The venue at Thunder Valley. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. She's alive and unwell. Don't miss Nikki Glazer.
Thank you, good night.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
I hear secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Flashback Friday.
To
with
get
Jay.
that out there for Mrs. Gleason.
That's right. Thanks. Got a lot of advice on the chat. I think it sounds like these people know what they're talking about. They say if someone's having a dream, you leave them alone if you can. Unless, there's something terrible going on where they're thrashing. And she wasn't doing that. She was just having an unpleasant dream about rodents.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you could make that out. Like her words were like...
No, I didn't know it was happening.
She
told me later.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Man, that's
And I know that he had just, he had a little rodent that had expired in the backyard. So I had to retrieve it.
Is that what it...
That stuff doesn't bother me.
But. How'd you pick it up?
Well, I had a
shovel or
bag. Plastic bag. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Is that the only rodent you've ever had to?
No.
Okay. What? Raccoon? Skunk?
One time we had a skunk that got in our house.
Ooh.
And then it went back underneath. So we had some duct work done. The skunks were getting into the duct work. So you can imagine they were right under the floor. So we had these people come out to repair the duct work. Right. So they said after a while they were doing the work, and they said, we can't, we got to stop. There's a skunk in the corner. I think there's a skunk nesting. Jeez. And we can't do anything till you get rid of it. So we called a federal trapper. So he comes out one day, and I think he enjoyed this. And he goes, all right, here's some overalls. You put these on. I'll put mine on.
You got to have overalls on for this?
And he goes, we're going to go into the house.
Yeah.
He says, all right, there's this pole at the end of it. There's like poison on it. He said, if you see it under there, you're going to have to stab it. And we both go into the house. And thank goodness she was gone.
Oh,
because
good.
if you stab a skunk in her house, you can imagine what's going to
Yes,
happen. I don't want to do that. Anyway. And to this day, I think that guy knew it wasn't there, and he was just messing with
me.
Well, you got lucky.
You got lucky.
That.
Oh man, you had the full get up on too, huh?
But occasionally have a possum or something under there gets underneath.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, let's find out who the sleepers are this year in the NFL. It's time for our picks. It's our big NFL preview, and here's your host, Jay.
What's going on, fellas?
You're going to make some picks too, I hope, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll fit
appropriate? Yeah, of course. I'll throw it in there, especially if we keeping track every week. Don't hold it against me when I take the W and the Niners win the Super Bowl and like the Chiefs on the Drake's tape.
Right.
Start with that, fellas.
I just want to take a moment to wish both of you and Brendan good luck going head-to-head this week in
fantasy. Yeah, I ain't worried about that, dude. He's going to Oracle too, he said, which is interesting. But what's up, Brendan? I know he's been on the chat a lot lately.
Yes,
he is. I appreciate that.
What's up, B. Nunez?
I hope he's not going to Oracle tonight because the Giants are in San Diego.
Maybe it's next week. Next week.
Yeah.
Fellas, we'll kick it off with our weekly picks real fast before we head to our yearly picks, because yearly is a little more juicier. So stay with me. We're going to move a little fast today. We begin today with I can't even say Drake's Eagles right now because a lot of people at the Lincoln down in Brazil, they're upset with Drake's picking the Chiefs.
Yes.
So we'll stay with Whitey's Packers and Drake's Packers from last year in the playoffs. We'll start with you, Drapes. Who you taking? Taking Packers or the Eagles? Of course, we're going against the spread because we're Drapes-Adamus, White-Stradamus. Spread right now, Eagles giving up 2. Getting 2.
Yeah.
So we'll go with the Eagles, a favorite right now.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles. 2 is, this is at least a 1 touchdown win for Philadelphia.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Are they getting 2 or giving 2?
No, they're giving 2.
They're giving 2.
Giving up 2. Yeah. And so this is a 1 touchdown win. At least that's how close it's going to be. So I got Philly in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's not easy for me to say that. And I just wanted to confirm, is this true? Whoever loses the picks this week, there'll be a punishment involved.
Yes.
Where we're going to come up with a word. We don't know what the word is yet, but
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
The loser in the picks this week has to use that word in an interview next week with somebody. You down with that?
Great.
Yeah, I'm down.
We don't know what the word is yet, but that'll be determined.
Can I put a caveat right now?
Yeah.
Because the great thing about this, Whitey, is right now we don't have extra jobs. He does. And so can we put this in if he does lose a week? Can we ask to get this in on the Kings broadcast?
When we get down.
Okay, I'm just asking right now.
I'm down for that.
I'm putting everything on the table right now.
I like that.
I don't plan on losing, so sure, I'll do that.
No problem.
Yep.
I thought you were looking out for him. I thought you were going to say he does Kings games, so we got to be careful. But
no, not this time. Yeah,
I'm down.
I want wild lines. I'm taking the Eagles as well, fellas. I think they have something to prove. I think they want to prove everybody wrong. We kick over to the 10 a.m. spots. We begin with everybody's darling, the Falcons, seem like people are, and of course the Steelers. Steelers are a +3.5. Who you got, Whitey?
I got Atlanta. I think people getting a little carried away with Atlanta, but Russ's injury has me concerned, so I'm going Falcons.
I'm going Falcons also. I think the quarterback position with Pittsburgh is a dumpster fire right now. 3.5, not a lot. I'm going to go Atlanta. Kirk Cousins is back, right? He's going to be starting for them. A lot of optimism down there. Give me Atlanta.
I'm going against the grain. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Wow.
We talk a lot of Eagles here. I think the quarterback situation is not that big. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid right now. This is when you jump on Russ in the beginning of the season. Ask me in week 4. I'll be looking for Justin Fields. We move on to the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals. Someone picked the Arizona Cardinals. Was that Mike Golick Jr. who picked them as a surprise team? It was someone. Yeah. I can't remember who picked them. And the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills giving up 6.5, which means you have to win by touchdown or more. We kick it over to you, Whitey.
Buffalo. I like the Bills. I'll give you the points.
Yeah, I'm going Bills also. 6.5 was the number.
Yes, sir.
I think, I don't think the Bills are as good as they were last year and previous years, but they should get this win. 6.5. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills as well. I think If you want to be a Super Bowl contender, you need to beat the Cardinals opening week at home. Staying in the 10 o'clock, we move on to everybody's darling. When I say everybody's darling, people picking to make the playoffs. We're talking about the Chicago Bears going against the Titans. The Titans are on the road against Chicago. There are a plus 3.5, meaning the Titans. The Bears are a minus 3.5. We kick it over to you, Drapes.
I got to go with my guy, Caleb Williams. Just had his jersey retired at USC. My other boy, Rome Odunze from Washington, a Husky. So give me Chicago in this one.
Ooh,
I also like the Bears. I think the Bears hype machine, like say Jay, I think it's about to run off the rails, which we'll get to. But this week, I like the Bears also.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears as well. I think they covered at 3.5. The Patriots, Drake's old stomping ground, they are getting 7.5 points as they take on Joe Burrow and the Bengals in Cincinnati. Of course, another 10 o'clock a.m. spot. Drapes, you got the Bengals. Need to win by more than a touchdown. Are you taking the Bengals at 7.5?
I'm going to take the Bengals. I know they got some issues with T. Higgins is banged up. I think he's questionable. Ja'Marr Chase set a deadline regarding contract negotiations, but the Patriots offense is abysmal. I got the Bengals 20-3 in this one, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Bengals too. Ja'Marr Chase says he might play without a contract. He says he might. And this is what lock this one. This is the lock.
This your lock?
This your lock?
Okay.
Oh, a week.
That's the biggest point spread of the week, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow.
Lock it down, Drapes.
All right, you're going
like
out
that.
there
But
already.
as you said, you used a great word, abysmal.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals. The 7.5 scares me because it's week 1, fellas. But I don't know what the Patriots are. If they don't know what they are, then I don't know. So I'll take the Bengals. We stay in the 10 o'clock spot.
By the way, Jay, you said it's week 1.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Virtually all this should scare you.
It
We
is.
have no
Right.
idea.
We have no idea.
And we think we do. We have no clue.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I need Sherlock Holmes in them. We go to the Colts. Anthony Richardson returning, finally taking on the Texans. A lot of people believe the Texans are going to make a deep run. The Texans are favored on the road. They are a minus 3 points. Whitey, who do you have in the AFC South?
One of these teams is one of my surprise teams of the year, which we'll get to. Anthony Richardson is going to have a big year. Colts. Give me the 3 and give me the Colts.
Colts? What?
Yes.
Nah, I got to go with my boy DeMeco Ryans. I think he's going to have this team ready. And is this game in Houston?
Nope, it's in Indianapolis, the field house.
That means perfect conditions.
Yep.
You know, for CJ and company. Give me the Texans in this one.
You know, I might be barking up the same tree that you're barking for the season, Whitey, when it comes to surprise team. We'll see if we're on the same page. I would love to take the Colts right here. I would love to because I really like Anthony Richardson. The 3 scares me. I think it's going to be even Steven, but I'm going to take the Texans just because I've seen it and I haven't seen the Colts.
Huge game then in our little game.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Huge game. Yeah. All right. We're going to take a quick time out, Jay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're taking a quick time
We'll
out.
continue with our picks also. Guarantees and what's going to happen in the NFL. Craziest thing that's going to happen in the NFL. First to last in the NFL and more. Coming up with the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Recently, I was at the dealership and I had to get a look at their Sprinter vans up close and personal. And boy, was I blown away. One of the first things I noticed was the Mercedes star in the front. so you know it's made with the same premium quality Mercedes-Benz is known for. Plus, their Sprinter vans are fully customizable. So if you want to use it for your business, maybe you want to go on a camping trip, or even hauling your kids and their teammates to sporting events around town, they can set it up for you. From vans to box trucks to RVs to even limos, it's a one-stop shop. Don't believe me? Well, go see for yourself. Give the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van a test drive at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You won't be disappointed. It's just a short drive down I-5 off of 8 Mile Road, or anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com. And while you're there, tell me your boy Drape sent you.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to ProCourtChampionship.com.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmelie.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
There's some concern in 49er land about Christian McCaffrey's calf injury, which now we find out involves the Achilles, but perhaps there's nothing to worry about. Nick Wagner on Twitter asked if there's any doubt in his mind he will play Monday. Christian McCaffrey says no. Asked if he's expecting a normal workload against the Jets. McCaffrey said, I hope so.
Yeah, the Niners are the top team.
We'll get back to our NFL preview in just a moment. First, how about this? This September, feel the thunder with the ultimate high-voltage live boxing event. You have to see to believe right now over at SactownSports.com. You can enter to win our tickets to check out the Thunder Showdown only at Thunder Valley Casino Resort, September 21st. Terms and conditions apply. For more information and to enter to win, visit SactownSports.com. Now back to Jay for the rest of our NFL preview.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've ended with the Colts and the Texans.
It sounds almost like maybe Jay and I are both really liking the Colts this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, we might be on the same page here. I'm not going to let spoil the milk. We kick on over and stay in the 10 o'clock spot. We talking all Florida battle, fellas. We have the Jags visiting Miami. The Jags are getting 3.5. Of course, that means the Dolphins are favored by 3.5. They're in Miami. Whitey, we'll start with you. Jags and Dolphins, who you have?
A lot of people are just, the Jets are great, going to win the division. Miami's going to fall off. I like the Dolphins. Mike McDaniel just done a great job there. It continues this year. Give me Miami here. The Jacksonville Jaguars going to win?
All right. I'm with you. The Dolphins are going to win this. Too much of a high-powered offense. I don't believe in the Jaguars, and so give me Miami in this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins. This is my lock of the week. I think the Dolphins blow the Jags out. I'm looking for 10 or more, to be completely honest.
Okay.
I think the Dolphins are high-powered offensively. And Mike McDaniel, the one thing he's not going to do, which I love, he's like a college coach. Once the gas is going, he's just putting more nitrous into the gas. I think they're going to hit them by 10. We kick it down to the AFC South. The Panthers are visiting New Orleans. The Saints are giving up 4 points, which means the Panthers are getting 4 points. Drapes, who you have?
I got to go with the Saints. I'm not buying the Panthers. I think the Saints are a pretty good team, better quarterback play. I'm going to go Saints on this one.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who know what they're talking about who are going
Carolina.
Really?
But I'm not one of them.
No, I was about to
I'm
say.
with you. Say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 scares me. You believing in the 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Saints, but it definitely scares me. I'm not sure what the Panthers are, though. I think Bryce Young is gonna have a better season this year.
Okay.
We're talking about Chris Watkins, Vikings.
Ooh.
Sam Darnold, former 49er, heading on into New York. Well, technically not New York, but you get what I'm saying. New York Giants. The Vikings on the road favorites, giving up 1.5, almost a pick 'em. Who do you have, Mr. Draper?
I'm going to go the Vikings. And here's why. I think, with McCarthy hurt, the quarterback situation is up in the air. But Sam Darnold getting the start, I was a fan of Sam Darnold last year in terms of his talent. Now he has an A1 wide receiver to throw to. I'm going to go Vikings in this. And the Giants are a dumpster fire. Let's call it. Let's keep it real. They lost their best player, so give me the Vikings.
I think the Giants are going to be buoyed by the fact that albatross Saquon Barkley's gone. Got rid of him finally. Actually, I think both these teams are going to be a little more. They're going to be better than people think. So I think they both could surprise a little bit, at least early. But I'm going with the Giants.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I like where you're going. Can I take the over-under? I think they both score under 41, which is the over-under.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's tough. I think you're going to be on the island by yourself, Whitey. I'll take the Vikings and believe in Sam Darnold, I guess.
Wow.
All right. Yes, I'm not exactly sure where to go. Wouldn't be surprised if the G-Men took it. We move on to the 1 o'clock spots, fellas, in the time slot. The Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders they are getting 3 points. The Chargers are favored here in Los Angeles. Chargers, Raiders, Whitey, who do you have?
I only have 2 underdogs that I'm picking to win, and the Raiders are one of them, so they got to be my upset pick, right? That's my upset special.
Okay.
The Raiders over the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh, we're going to find out that, you know what? Maybe he wasn't such a great coach in San Francisco. He just had a great team. Raiders win this one.
Let me ask you this about your upset. Is it upset to win or upset to cover?
Cover.
Cover? Is that what we're saying? Do you believe they'll win too?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, that's a super
I like that
upset right there. I think Harbaugh.
We can make a decision, though, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Is it to win or cover? How y'all want to do it?
Win or cover?
Well, I got them to win. So.
Okay.
All right,
you got to win. They got to win.
We're going to do the win.
No problem.
The upset is the win. All right. I think Harbaugh will have the boys ready. I always go with the best quarterback. I don't even know who the hell the Raiders are starting out there this upcoming week. Herbert will, throw some dimes out there. Give me the Chargers to cover.
Yeah, I'm following that cab. Chargers, easy for me. Move on. The Broncos, Denver Broncos, and the Seahawks. The Seahawks giving up 6 points. That's tough. I mean, pretty much a touchdown. Drapes, you got the Seahawks or the Broncos?
Upset special,
baby!
Okay. Ding, 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 ding.
Ooh.
My boy Bo Nix is going to go into Lumen Field, throw 3 touchdowns. Give me the Broncos in this one.
Ooh.
New coach, all that in Seattle. Nah, give me the Broncos.
You want the Broncos? You can have the Broncos. And you can have the 6. Give me the Seahawks. I think this is going to be a one-sided affair. I think it's going to be a long year for Sean Payton and his young up-and-coming Broncos.
Yeah, I'm following that cab. I like Bo Nix. I do, but I need to see him play first. I do think this is the week you kind of can catch the Seahawks, though. Mm-hmm. So I'm going with the Broncos, too.
Okay,
Give me the Broncos as well. That's not my upset special, but I'm going with the Broncos. Move on. 125, 20 minutes later, the Cowboys go to Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns are giving up 2.5 at home. Deshaun Watson just lost his father. R.I.P. to Deshaun Watson on that. That is huge when you lose a parent. Whitey, Browns 2.5. Cowboys getting 2.5. Who do you have?
Last year, Cleveland made the playoffs despite some of the worst statistically quarterback play in the league. This is a tough one, but the Browns the dogs will be ready at the dog pound for the opener. I'm going Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Cleveland also. Still got a solid defense. Cowboys don't have a running game. Dak playing on the last year of his contract. You know, too many question marks surrounding this Cowboys franchise.
Dak Prescott this year.
Oh, I like that. Give me Cleveland on this, Jay.
Upset special.
Oh,
Cowboys on the road. Dak throws for 3 TDs and carries.
What happened to the guy that
he carries?
I don't like the Cowboys.
I can't stand them. I know. I'm talking a lot of positivity to the Cowboys. Yeah. He carries the Browns. Deshaun Watson's probably going to be fired up, but I got to see it to believe it. Commanders, Buccaneers. Buccaneers playoff team, of course, losing to the 49ers last year. They are favored by 3.5. They take on everybody's upset special, I don't know what you want to call them, team. You know, team's going to do fantastic. Jaden Daniels. Whitey, you got the Buccaneers or the Commanders?
I just think it's interesting how you went past Dallas so quickly.
Yeah.
After picking
Gotta
that.
move on.
I know. That's good.
Time constraints.
Interesting. Yeah. Tampa Bay. I give you the 3. Take the Bucs.
I'm going Tampa Bay also. I think the Bucs regressed this year. I think they had a nice year last year, but I don't think they're as good as they were last year. So give me Washington in this.
Ooh, you're taking Washington.
Whoa.
Excuse me, I wrote that down.
Did I say Washington or Tampa?
You said Tampa. But
I'm taking Washington in this one.
I'm going Tampa. I think Tampa takes care of business. I think they're going to make the playoffs again. I like Baker. For whatever reason, I have an affinity for Baker.
Okay.
Sunday night game. LA Rams, as I like to call it, Levi South. They won't be playing there. They'll be in Detroit. Everybody in Detroit is going to be fired up. I would imagine any and everybody's going to be out there. The Lions are favored by 4.5, though.
Ooh.
Drapes, who you got?
4.5. The Lions are our favorite.
Yeah.
I'm going to still go Lions. I'm going to still go Lions in this one. I think, like you said, that crowd is going to be fired up. I think, the Rams, everybody's picking them to do some big things. I think it's going to take some time for them. Give me the Lions in this one.
I'm taking the Lions. I think it's a bad matchup for the Rams. Very young secondary against Jared Goff and the Lions. Lions going to win.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions as well. Pretty much for what you said. The biggest game of the week.
Wow.
49ers. Jets, 49ers welcome Aaron Rodgers back to Northern California. Ooh. Of course, we'll have that game here on Sac Sports 1140 following the drive, guys, Whitey and Drapes on Monday. But we got to talk about it now. Do we get the pick now or do we wait on Monday?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good one. What do you say, Whitey? You decide, big fella.
I think we're all picking the same team, aren't we?
Are we?
Go ahead and pick the Jets if you want to, Drake.
We can do it.
I'll tell you this. If you wait, then if somebody's like one behind, it gives them the option of changing their pick.
Yeah, let's hold off.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's hold off.
Okay.
A Hail Mary, if you will.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. I like where you're going.
All right, fellas. We'll hold off on that.
We'll hold off until Monday. So we got the weeks in. We kick it over to some of our surprise, a little weird, off the beaten pattern picks. Definitely taking a point here. We'll do this. We'll kind of change a little bit every single week. This is more or less for the season. Okay. I'll come up with a few throughout the week on some weird little, choices that you guys can make. I'll start with this, Drapes. It's on you, Righty, right?
Uh-huh.
Surprise team. You guys have asked this to just about every NFL guest that we have had on. Of course, we'll keep track of this. Whitey, we begin with you.
First of all, I want to point out, when you do these picks, sometimes everybody's chalky.
True.
There's 9 games that we have differences on. So there's
really? Have you already calculated that much? My goodness.
All right. Very eventful games here already, many of them. Surprise team, good offensive line, good young receiver. I think they got him in the second round. Excellent running back. Big year for a young quarterback who has a chance to be a really unique talent. The Colts are going to stun the NFL this year. I'm not saying they're going to win the division, but watch for the Colts in the playoffs this year. Colts are my surprise.
Can we pick the same one? Because that's where I was going.
Yes.
All right.
Change one there, too?
For everything you just said. And I really, really like Anthony Richardson.
Yes.
I think he's going to have – you see C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young didn't have the best season. Bo Nix, there's some Jay Daniels. There's a lot of young QBs coming in. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, Anthony Richardson has been overlooked. And I think he has something to prove.
Shane Steichen,
I like the
local guy's the coach.
Yeah,
the local guy. Yep, the local guy. For my surprise, and maybe this isn't a surprise. So if you guys don't consider this a surprise, or
the Chiefs are not a surprise.
Right. Here's my surprise. The Chicago Bears will finish with 10 wins this season. 10 wins this season for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, everybody talks about Caleb Williams, the throwing, the accuracy, the dude is a leader. Nobody's talking about his leadership in the locker room. For once, the Bears have a quarterback they can view as a leader. He got weapons galore. I got the Bears winning 10 games this season.
I think that is a surprise team. Some people believe it, but a rookie quarterback, that's interesting.
I don't think they've ever had a quarterback throw 30 touchdown passes.
Really? I can't.
Yeah.
Rex Grossman ain't doing it?
No. I mean, if you add them all up.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They finally got a MVP caliber down the line quarterback in Caleb. I'm a big Caleb Williams guy.
Goodness gracious. All right. You got to go back and look to forecast, right, fellas? You got to know your history before you can know your future. That's why we teach it in school. First to last. A team that finished last in their division last year that's going to be first. Who you got?
Shoot. Jay, really? Like,
do we got to choose one? Yeah, if you had to pick one.
Let me go with Joe Burrow and the boys.
Really?
Cincinnati.
But they weren't first last year, were they?
They weren't last, were they?
No, they were last last year.
They were last.
Yeah, They were 9-8 last year. Pittsburgh finished at them. Cleveland, Baltimore.
I thought we were going first to last.
No, I thought he said last to first.
Oh, what did I say? First to last. I'm sorry. So first, someone who finished first last year to last.
First
and then
to
we
last.
reverse it. Excuse me.
Sorry about that. But
we had your last to first. We had your last to first.
I'm going to go Tampa Bay. I'm not a believer in Tampa Bay. I think they overachieved last year. I think they're going to slide back this year.
If I had to pick one, I'm with you. I guess I don't really see one.
I don't see one, right?
I could see it all falling apart after a summer in which they did not get better. How about them Cowboys?
To last?
All the way to last.
Oh, my gosh, last?
All the way.
The Giants are going to be better
than the Commanders and the Giants and that other team.
And that team at the top, yes. Okay.
I'm following that cab. I'm going Cowboys. I think the Cowboys, even though I think they win this week, I could see them. And they're this is the real reason, fellas. They're one Dak Prescott injury away from that whole season falling apart.
Trey Lance as their number 3, bro. They all right.
If you believe it, go ahead.
Man. Okay.
All right, fellas. Last to first.
I think we got the same one.
You got me. Yeah. Cincinnati, I said.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Okay. I'm going. This is going to be completely against the grain. Completely against the grain. Right?
You don't even believe this.
Commanders. I'm staying over there.
Come on.
I'm staying there because the NFC East, you just never know.
Nah, we know. We.
That's what this is
You
about.
never know.
I like it. Yeah.
Shay, I'm looking at the Commanders' stats from last year.
They got a quarterback.
They were dead last in point differential.
They got a quarterback.
A minus
Taylor
189. Their point differential was worse than the Carolina Panthers. Minus 189.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge turnaround.
Ross Tucker said, you want a surprise team?
Right.
I'll give you a surprise
I'll give you one. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else, Jay?
I'm going Commanders.
Okay.
All right.
I could see Dak being hurt, and it's all over. Passing the G-men. All right, fellas. 3 bold statements. 3 bold statements you think is going to happen in NFL. Whitey, we'll begin with you.
40. Can I give them all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just shoot them out.
49ers will be a top 3 defense in the league. Bengals will return to the top of the AFC North. And the Giants and the Vikings will be surprise NFC playoff contenders.
Ooh.
Giants and the Vikings.
Giants. Come on.
Yeah. You got a good offensive line.
Come on.
You got good receivers. Jalen Hyatt, Malik Neighbors. Danny Dimes going to light it up this year. They're going to beat the Eagles at least once.
Ooh.
That don't mean anything. They beat the Eagles once. First bold statement. Philadelphia will have home field advantage in the NFC. They will be the best team in the NFC.
Okay.
I gave you my other one is Kansas City. Can I say my Chiefs one?
Yeah.
The Chiefs will win 3 straight Super Bowls. They will cash in at the end of the season. And last, but certainly not least, the Niners will get bounced in the divisional round. Yeah, it got to be bold, right? You said bold. The Niners will get bounced.
The Super Bowl.
Will get bounced in the divisional round. Whether it's Detroit, whether it's Philly, whether it's Green Bay,
All right.
It's hard to get back there, boys. It's hard to get back.
Oh, all right.
That's bold. That's bold.
That is very true. We kick on over to the weirdest thing that will happen this NFL season. Drapes, what's the weirdest thing you think is going to happen in the NFL?
Weirdest thing that's going to happen in the NFL. This is a tough one. It's because it's always some crazy things that happen. I will say a rookie will be top 5 MVP voting, offensive MVP.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep.
I will say that the Colts are going to score a touchdown this year on a play drawn up by Caitlin Clark. There you go. Watch. It's
come on, man. She ain't drawing up plays yet.
Okay.
Say Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift in Kansas City. Caitlin Clark.
All right.
It's probably going to be a field goal or something for 3.
For 3, right?
Caitlin Clark.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I like it. I like where you're going.
All right,
All
Jay.
right. How about this one? Surprise player of the year. Who's the person you think is going to have a great year that most people don't seem to be? Whitey, who you got?
I got Spencer Rattler replacing Derek Carr, leading the Saints to the playoffs.
like
That's
that.
what I got.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
Really?
I like
Book
that.
it.
I'm going to say, what was the category?
Surprise player of the
I
year.
think it's Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields, week 4, comes in for Russ and leads the Steelers to the playoffs.
Ooh. You guys taking quarterbacks there.
Yeah.
It's a
who you got?
Rattler. Okay. I got well, I didn't go down these ones because these,
all right.
these for the hosts.
All right.
Yeah. Player who will have a letdown this season. Meaning someone, they're looking at, someone thinks they're gonna might make a deep run to the playoffs, might be a championship contender, and you're like, nah, that's not it. It's not gonna happen this year. Who you got, Drapes?
Yeah.
You going with me first? I'm gonna say I believe CJ Stroud in the Texans won't be as good. Like, I think they're everybody's darling, everybody's pick. I got CJ taking a step back.
Ooh.
All right. My guy is actually not a player anymore, but Tom Brady will stink at his job. That's what I got. Tom Brady will stink. He won't have access to any of the meetings.
Come on, man.
If I got to go player, I'll go Russ. It's over for Russ in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
You watch. Tom Brady will be terrible.
You think he's gonna be bad?
All right.
Or are you just picking that?
I'm picking that.
Okay.
I'm kind of, going for a long shot there. It's going to be tough when he can't go to the meetings or talk to anybody. What'd you think of that play, Tom? I don't know. I don't know who that guy is. They wouldn't tell me what they were going to do.
Drapes, who did you say real quick? I didn't write it down. CJ, that's
Stroud,
right. CJ Stroud and company. Okay. We kick off right. How about this, fellas? How about
You got your guarantees in there somewhere,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I do. It's coming a little later.
Okay.
Player or team you are buying the hype on right now. And opposite. Who's a team or a player you're not really buying the hype on? Whitey, who you got?
Hype train buying. Burrow and the Bengals boogie back to the top. Buying that. Selling. The Bears will be worse than the Vikings.
Really?
You think so?
Packers won that division. We'll see. Okay.
How about this? I'm going to go opposite of Whitey.
Yeah, I think you're going Bears.
Yeah, I'm going Bears.
Yeah.
I'm going all in on the Bears. What's the category? Can you just repeat the wording
Who
again?
are you buying the hype on? And the Bears are
I'm
super hype right now.
I'm buying the Bears and I'm selling the Texans.
Oof.
I'm selling the
Interesting.
Texans.
Okay.
That opens the door for Jay and my Colts.
Texans were 10-7 last year. I got them just a game or two shy of that. Like I think they'll take a step.
You got Indy moving in there, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit.
That.
It's not a good division, but yeah.
It's not.
All right. As what Whitey just said, last one. What do you guarantee? And then maybe Drapes has already said it. It's going to happen this NFL. Lock it in right now. Put the money on it. Put the oranges and the apples. What is a guarantee that's going to happen this NFL season?
There you go.
Oh, is it me?
Yes,
I guarantee a coach will be fired by week 7. Wow.
Dang.
Week 7, somebody will get ousted.
So not even half the season.
Somebody will be 1-5,
Sorry,
1-6.
Coach Sirianni.
McCarthy out there in Dallas. Somebody like that. Somebody's going to get axed. Might be my guy Sirianni. I'm just saying it might be.
Could
like
be.
you said, it might be.
Yeah. The dynamic kickoff rule will be a total disaster and will result in fewer returns. designed to produce more returns. You saw it last night. And it's touchback. And it's touchback. And it's a touchback.
Okay.
It's going to be a huge flop.
Man.
Not going to be dynamic.
Really?
Everybody's going to kick it out of that back of the end zone.
Is it because
they'd rather
they'd rather just give it up?
Touchback, you can have it at the 30 rather than risk the returns.
Dang,
All right.
That's
guaranteed.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking though.
I know.
But I think you're spot on. I think it is guaranteed. I do think it's guaranteed, fellas. That ends.
That's
it. For
it.
us.
You got them all written down,
I
James?
do
We
have
good?
them all written down. We'll on Monday we'll go over the divisions championship. We don't have the time right now as we have football. Whitey.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up here. Yeah. All right. Thank you for being with us. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your football this weekend. We're back with you Monday. We got football for you right now. My Packers and Drake
Eagles, baby.
From Brazil on Sactown Sports.